Welcome to Wildcat Gym. I'm Dawn Morgan along with TJ Miracle. Get ready. It's the final night of regular season play and the final district game for both of these teams. Lovington hosting Portales, and both of these teams are at the opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of District 4-4A. Welcome in, and TJ Miracle here this evening for not only this girls game, but then after the girls game, we will have the Lovington boys scheduled to tip off at 7 o'clock, and that will be here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com, but also on the air on 94.1 FM KZOR. But tonight's girls game is on the stream, so thank you for joining us. Welcome, and I like, TJ, what your spiel about giving us a subscription is all about too.
Oh, well, okay. Thank you very much. Yes, of course, we are streaming live on YouTube.com, also, of course, on HobbsAmerica.com. But we're asking for subscriptions on our YouTube channel, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Just YouTube.com, search Lovington Sports, and give us a subscription. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will randomly choose one subscriber who we're going to give $100 in cash to. That cash is coming out of my pocket, so we will randomly give. Yes, we will. But for every 1,000 subscribers gets $100 worth of TJ's money, not worth of TJ's money, and $100 of TJ's money. So take my money, please. Get us to 1,000 subscribers. Friends, of course, we get to do these broadcasts and these streamcasts absolutely free of charge to you, courtesy of great sponsors. And I'll be honest, once we hit that magic 1,000, we start getting about 5 cents a day for this. So we'll make a little money on it. It's called monetizing it, but that will allow us to do bigger, better, and more things. So please do subscribe. Take my money, please, and support your Lovington Cats and Lady Cats. All right.
Back to the basketball game at hand, though, as we're a few minutes away from tipping this one off. And Lovington comes in to this one at 6-19 on the season, 0-5 in district. They would love to have a district win to finish out their season, but it's going to be a tall order against Portales, which is coming in at 18-5 overall, 5-0 unbeaten in district. And in fact, the Portales ladies are ranked 4th in 4A across the state. That's across all the districts. So a very good team under Coach Wade Fraser, and they are looking to close out, stay unbeaten in District 4-4A tonight. But the Lovington girls have improved this season. They have posted more wins, this season than they did the last season, and they are a young, growing team and looking to, to get even more experience tonight. So no matter what happens tonight, there will be a district tournament next week. Mm-hmm. And so the Lovington girls are guaranteed, at least one game in that district tournament. The district tournament, it is you keep winning until you keep winning or you lose.
Right, and I believe
until you won it all or until you lose and you're done.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the only thing left to be determined in the district seeding is who's going to be 2, who's going to be 3 between Artesia and Goddard. Portales has already wrapped up the regular season district title. Lovington already knows that they'll be going in as the number 4 seed out of the district in the tournament. So the question is, will Lovington have to go to Goddard next week, or will they have to go to Artesia?
So we'll just have to wait and see how it all shakes out after tonight's games. All the teams finish up their seasons tonight and finish up with district counters. So coming into this one, Portales is fresh off of a win against Artesia, 64-45, and here is their roster. Number 3, Terrace Rippey. Number 10, Riley Schillings. Number 11, Kylie Payton. Number 12, Tegan Faust. And number 14, Adriana Garcia. Number 20, Emma Gonzalez. Number 21, Emma Long. Number 22, Audrey Payton. Number 23, Olivia Gonzalez. Number 24, Haley Disney. Number 25, Brenna Jewell. Number 30, Siria Aguirre. And number 32, Taya Rippey. Number 33, Miley Banda. And number 34, Ebony Fulfer. They, again, are coached by Wade Fraser. Your Lovington girls roster: number 3, Kira Olivas; number 4, Audrey Alexander; number 5, Celeste Dominguez, who, by the way, leads the team in steals, blocks, and in rebounds 4 per game. Number 10, Jasmine Cooper. Number 12, Chloe Corral. Number 14, Ashlyn Barunda, just an 8th grader. Number 20, Elizabeth Buendia. Number 23, Myra Castro. Number 30, Myra, by the way, leads in assists. Number 30, Erlin Salcido. Number 32, Mia Contreras. Number 33, Malaya Castro, who is just an 8th grader this year, and she leads the team in points per game, 8.5. 42 is Katie Bell, 44 Jalen Aranda, and 50 Jasmine Clark. Your seniors this year for Lovington are Celeste Dominguez, Jasmine Cooper, and Jasmine Clark. Your Portales is also, now they're an experienced team and they're very good, but they're losing a lot of firepower this year. They have 6 seniors, and among those, I think at least two of those, maybe 3, are starters.
Yeah,
so,
they certainly are, and it seems like we've been calling these girls names
forever.
for the last 15 years.
And
almost,
not just
it
in
seems like.
not
I
just
mean,
in
some
basketball.
of them have older sisters, so
sure, and
been
some of them are sisters. You see two Paydens, on the
two
two
Rippies,
two Paydens, yeah. And we've been calling these names not just in basketball, but in softball and volleyball, and so we have really some tremendous athletes on the girls and the boys side. It's nice to see that athleticism on display. And tonight, Lovington High School, Lovington girls are looking to, close out the regular season. So there's a bit of bittersweetness, I think, to tonight for them. This is going to be their last game in this gym. More than likely, this is the last game in this gym for this team together as a team. So, again, there is that, and it's so a little bit of sentimentality that is tonight, but they have to try to worry about playing the best game that they can against Portales. They want to go out on as high a note as they can, knowing that they're playing their best, whether they win or not. If they do the things they're supposed to do individually, do their jobs, and do the best they can as a team, then they have no reason, and they leave it all out on the court in a positive way, then they have no reason, to look on this season as a losing season or as a bad year or a bad time. It's a growing year, and it allows a lot of these girls we mentioned are multi-sport athletes and are moving forward in other sports,
right.
after
Softball
high school.
And track and tennis
exactly.
and things like that. So.
Yeah, so we wish them much luck and continued success. But we will be back. We've got about 2.5 minutes left on the warm-up clock. TJ, do you want to go briefly over what we know of so far in terms of we've talked about district tournament, but in terms of state tournament, the state will take 16 teams.
That is correct.
And
there will be 16 teams in both boys divisions and girls divisions.
Right.
We know for a fact that after the district tournaments next week on Sunday afternoon, they will seed the top 16 teams in each division, and it's if you win district or your district tournament, you're in, but how you're seated depends on a selection committee that uses a Byzantine process that includes, I think, computers, reading tea leaves,
abacus,
the abacus,
and
throwing
maybe a Ouija board at some point thrown in there too.
Throwing feathers in the air and seeing where they land. But,
exactly.
And so a lot of will depend on that seating committee, of course, coming up on Saturday. But then we know for sure that the first round of the playoffs will be at the home sites of the higher seats. So
a so-called play-in game, you might say.
The first round.
The play-in game. I mean, winner moves on, loser is done.
So, yeah, we know for a 100% fact that game will be at the home of the higher seats, so seeds 1 through 8. Now, then the original plan was to have the quarterfinals or the second round at the home sites of the higher seats, too.
Right.
Now, with the mask mandate going away, there is some discussion about moving the quarterfinals back up to Albuquerque, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Robert Areola about that as of yet, but I know that the state did mention, well, we want to do it, but because of all the things that go on with travel that has to go with the teams, that may or may not happen. But we do know 16 teams, first round for sure at home sites, second round to be determined.
All right. And as we talk, the girls have finished their warm-up. They're in their huddles awaiting the team announcements, and then we'll have the playing of the national anthem, or vice versa, as it were. And we will get ready for that. and come back here in just a couple of moments. Your Lovington girls are playing in their road whites with the blue letters and numbers, and your Portales girls are in the road blacks with the white numbers and letters. So easier to see tonight, and that's always a good thing for us, the announcers up here on the mezzanine. So we will take a break and come back in just a couple of minutes with the tip-off to this one. We'll know our starters by then. Well, they've posted them on the board as we speak. They just popped up. By the way, Hobbs JV girls lost 46-12 to the Goddard JV just a little bit earlier, right before this game. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Back to Wildcat Gym. We've had the national anthem performed by one of the choirs of Lovington High School. And we have had the announcements of the team, the introductions. Your starters for Portales will be Rippey, Payton, Faust, Garcia, and Gonzalez. Your starters for Lovington will be Olivas, Dominguez, Buendia, Castro, and Castro, Myra and Malaya. We've noticed that two of the girls on the roster, Chloe Corral and Ashlyn Barunda, are not suited up and with the team tonight. So they will not be playing, and that's a shame. They are good contributors, so they will be missed tonight. Taking a look at the teams, they're on the court, and it's going to be number 11 Kylie Payton against number 5 Celeste Dominguez in the circle. And we are ready for tip-off here. Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. The tip goes to Portales. Garcia's got it, passes it off, gets it to Faust. Faust going to work it around, pull back center court, work over to the left, get it in the corner to Rippey. Rippey over to Gonzalez. Oh, and stolen away. First turnover by Portales. As Malaya Castro says, I'll take that basketball, thank you. She brings it across timeline right side. Gets it off to Olivas, who drives in and takes a shot from the right. It does not go, and with the rebound is Kylie Payton. So no score for Lovington. Portales works the ball down. They get it to Rippey. Rippey takes a shot at it, won't fall. Number 12, Faust with the rebound, and the putback is good. Portales leads 2-0. Lovington with the ball. Passing to Dominguez in the backcourt. Brings it across the timeline. Gets it over to Buendia. Buendia pulls out. Leaves it off for Castro. That's Myra. Gets it back. Works over to the left. And passes to Castro in the right corner. Castro back to Buendia. Buendia drives in from the right side, puts up a shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound. And it's number 12, Tegan Faust with her second rebound. Portales with the ball, long pass down to Rippey. Rippey drives in the lane from the left, puts it up and in. Terrace Rippey on the board with 2 points. 4-0 Portales lead. Just into this first quarter, Lovington with the ball. Myra Castro drives in, bounce pass to Dominguez in the lane. Dominguez tries to put it up. It's taken away from her. Gonzalez has it. Gives it off to Faust. Faust drives the lane, loses a handle on the ball. Passes to Kylie Payton. Payton puts it up and is fouled. So in the act of shooting, Kylie Payton, she's listed at 6 feet tall. She is a senior. She'll go to the line. And her first shot is up and short. So a miss for Kylie Payton, but she'll get another shot at it. In the blocks in the front for Lovington, you've got Olivas on the left, Dominguez on the right. And the second one finds the net, finds the bottom of the net. Kylie Payton with 1 for 2 at the line. Lovington with the ball. Buendia gets it off of the inbound pass. Drives all the way down, passes to Malaya Castro on the right. Gets it back to Buendia, top of the key. Drives in, and now pass to Olivas. She kicks it back out to Myra Castro. Works to the right. They get the ball back to Buendia. Buendia drives to the lane again. Now kicks it back out to Myra. Myra drives in from the right, puts one up and in. Myra Castro on the board first for Lovington. 5-2 now as Portales leads. And that's Faust with the ball. Gets it to Rippey on the left side. And to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Faust. And then they pass in the lane. And it's kicked back out. It was to Payton and taken away. Second turnover by Portales as Myra Castro's got it. Drives in, coast to coast, puts it up and in. 4 points on the board for Castro off of a steal. And we're just in a points different at this one. Portales 5-4. They've got the ball going the other way. Down around side the arc. Faust with it. Top of the arc. Passes to Gonzalez on the left wing. Back to Faust. Drifts out midcourt, getting worked on by Malaya. And there's a pass back into Gonzalez. She tries to move forward, loses a handle on the ball, goes out of bounds, but good defensive pressure there. And it stays Portales' ball. There's an attempt at a 3 by Garcia. It won't fall, and that is their big Kylie Payton with the rebound, and she passes it off. There's a putback. It won't fall. Payton goes up to fight for the rebound against Myra Castro, and I think Castro is going to get called for the push foul.
Just fighting underneath and got a little bit, just got a
got
little close
tilted.
and kind of
Yep.
tilted a little bit. But
Tilted in
fighting
the air.
for it, good job.
On the inbound pass, they give it to Kylie Payton. She tries to put one up, and she's fouled again. So she'll go to the line. She's 1 for 2 at the line. Just like that, Myra Castro has picked up 2 quick fouls. Oh, no, she picked up the first, and now this is Kira Olivas with the second foul. And Payton's first is up and no good. She missed the first and made the second her last trip to the line. 5-4 your score. Portales leading by 1, 4:46 left to play. And the second one is going to be short for a miss as well. And with the rebound, Celeste Dominguez, her first, brings it down, fights across the line, getting worked on by Rippey. Keeps it, gives it to Buendia. Buendia passes down and around the arc, and a steal by Rippey. That's the first turnover by Lovington. Oh, and trying to pick that off was Dominguez. She went up for it, got her hand on the ball. Actually didn't get a hand on the ball. It goes out of bounds, so it stays Lovington basketball. Myra Castro will come out of the game. Salcido will go in, and Dominguez will inbound. To Buendia. Buendia steps out of bounds, I think, or are they going to call the foul? Let's wait and see. Buendia. Nope, she stepped out of bounds, so that's turnover number 2 as Buendia was fighting against Payton and went out of bounds. So Portales with the ball. They're going to pass it around the left side. Then they get it to Rippey on the right. She drives in, leaves it off, thinking about the 3, passes across, all the way across to Rippey instead, or actually to Faust. And passing that ball was number 14, was Adriana Garcia. It goes out of bounds right into the Stray Cats territory. So it's the turnover number 4 for Portales, and Lovington inbounds. And then there's a long pass trying to just get a quick score underneath the basket. Goes out of bounds, but it was last touched by Portales. So it is going to be Lovington ball. Inbounding is Myra Castro back in the game. She passes over to Dominguez, and it goes out of bounds, but it was off of the hands of Dominguez. So a turnover number 3 for Lovington. And with the ball is Rippey now for Portales. Passes off to Faust. Faust gets it to Payton inside. She goes up for a shot, and their whistle sounds. They're going to call her, I think, the 3-second lane violation on her.
Stepped on the baseline.
Okay, stepped on the baseline. So turnover number 5 for Portales. Lovington with the ball. They inbound, get it to Buendia. Tries to pass it off and getting worked on by Faust, and she manages to hang on to it. So Buendia got to take care of the ball. Lovington had 29 turnovers in their last game against Goddard. Buendia still fighting for it. Finally gives it off to Dominguez. Dominguez drives across the baseline. Bounce pass over to Malaya Castro, and she puts a 3 in from the left corner, makes it 7-5. Lady Cats lead, but here comes Portales, and with a quick pass down and a quick shot from Rippey from the left corner, that's 2 more points, and now we're tied 7 apiece. Rippey with 4. Buendia with the ball. Crosses the timeline on the right side, drives in, pulls back, puts up a shot. No good. Fight for the rebound, and Salcido has it, and she tries for the putback and is going to get fouled. So she will go to the line, and they are going to call that little push foul against number 14, Garcia, her first foul. And Erlyn Salcido at the line. First one short. Again, we're tied 7-all in this first quarter. Only 2:51 left to play. And subs coming in for Portales, as I think 20 and 14 are out, Gonzalez and Garcia. And you've got Jewel in. I'll catch the other. And the second shot by Salcido makes it in. So 8-7, 1-point lead by Lovington. They've got the ball. Myra inbounds to, Buendia. Buendia takes it, going to put it up, but they're going to going to call the palm on her? They're going to call.
No, they made a mistake. And,
okay.
They gave the ball to Lovington.
Yeah, I was going to say it was Lovington's.
Portales
it should have
ball,
been Portales ball inbounding. So, yeah, I looked up and was surprised at that. But I was really not going to question the refs. But yeah, they're laughing. They're kind of they're smiling. It's one of those little oopsies. They get it right most of the time. I mean, they certainly keep up with the structure of the game for sure. Whether their calls get disputed or not, they're pretty much having to keep up with the structure, and they do that well. 8-7 is your score. We're in a timeout right now as the Wildcats, Lady Cats have a 1-point lead over Portales here.
And Coach Wade Frey's not liking the way his girls have come out and are playing. They're not playing like the number 4 team in the state. Lovington has played pretty well, though. Lovington has turned the ball over 4 times.
That's right.
But they forced 5 on Portales.
That's right. And they have made good on a couple of those turnovers. They've had 2 baskets as a direct result of a turnover. So that's what you want to see. The turnover's really no good. If you force one, but you can't make any points off of it, didn't do you any good except to maybe, keep the momentum going for your team. Portales will inbound. And they're going to give that to number 12. That is Faust moving the ball. Passes to Jewel. Jewel tries a bounce pass, and it's a bad one. It's picked off. Turnover number 6 for Portales. Give it to Malaya Castro, who drives in and tries to put a shot up from the right side. She's going to get hammered. So she will go to the line as they're going to call that foul on number 3, Terrace Rippey, her first foul. And that's going to send Malaya Castro to the line. That's her first trip tonight. Malaya has 3 points in the game. Popped that tray not long ago. First one, nice high arcing shot, finds nothing but the bottom of the net. So she's got 4 points in the game. She'll have another shot at it. 9-7. Lovington leading this. Second one is up, and that one no good. And the rebound is Rippey's. That's her first rebound. Portales with the ball. She works it around the arc to the left, gives it off to Faust. Faust setting some O, leaves it off for Jewel. Oh, and Jewel, a bad pass. I don't know. Managing to save it is Rippey. Nobody was really there. Nobody from Lovington was there to pick it up either. Getting trapped up over there close to the baseline is Jewel, and they're going to say that she traveled. So that's another turnover. That's turnover number 7 for Portales. Give it to Lovington. Dominguez gets it. Sends it down to Malaya Castro. She drives into the right corner. Gives it to Buendia. Buendia pulls back. Gets it to Myra Castro. She drives around to the right. Pulls back from the arc. Getting worked on by Rippey. Gives it to Buendia. Buendia passes over in the corner to Malaya Castro. Malaya puts up a little shot, won't fall, and that's another rebound for Payton, her third. Gets it to Faust. Faust working into the paint from the right side, and they're going to say she palmed it. I was going to say travel,
Double
but
dribble.
she was trying to fend off, and I didn't see who was guarding her. I looked down, but she was getting worked on, and I think that forced the good defense, forced her to turn that over there.
But
Portales gets it right back on the inbound, so the teams trade turnovers, and now they're working with crisp passes, and they get it to Rippey. Rippey takes a 3-point shot, won't fall, and with the rebound was Taya Rippey.
Actually, it was Bonda, 33.
33, not 32. Bonda with the rebound.
And another double dribble on Portales.
And so that's turnover number 8.
9.
And it's going to be Lovington's basketball.
And I just noticed this, Dawn. Looks like Portales tonight is missing Riley Schillings. She's kind of one of the girls who helps make everything go, and she is a senior for this Portales team.
Lovington inbounds, gets it to Buendia. They inbound from in front of the Stray Cats, and Buendia is going to turn it over as the ball hit her leg and then hit the floor, and so that's going to be a travel and a turnover. That is turnover number 6 for Lovington, because the teams traded those turnovers just a moment ago. So Portales with the ball. It's still 9-7, by the way. Lovington leading this one with 50 seconds left to play in this first quarter. As Rippey brings it down, we're going to pass, get it off to Jewel. Jewel gets it. A 3-point shot attempt is up by Gonzalez. Won't fall, and that's 25 Jewel with the rebound. Now she gets it to 22, Audrey Payton, and as she takes the pass, she gets hit from behind. They're going to call Lovington with the foul, and that's going to be Myra Castro with her second foul on the floor. And it will be Audrey Payton to inbound right in front of the Lovington bench. 42 seconds to play in this first quarter. They give it to Faust, drives across the baseline, puts up a shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound, and Celeste Dominguez gets her second rebound. Give it to Lovington, 30 seconds left. She pulls up after getting across the timeline on the right side, gets it to Malaya Castro. Malaya drives in from the right, is going to put up a shot, but she gets fouled. So with 25 seconds left to play in this first quarter, Lovington still leading 9-7. And they're going to call that on 33. That's Miley Banda. That's her first foul. And that sends Malaya Castro to the line. She's 1 of 2 at the stripe tonight. And the first one pops up and no good. She'll get another shot at it. As there's been no scoring by either team for about three clock minutes.
Yeah, both teams pretty cold.
Just giving the basketball back and forth. And the second one's going to rattle home, so make it 5 points in the books for Castro, 10-7. And Portales moving the ball down quickly down the court, trying to get the last shot off before the end of the quarter. And they get one off, and the rebound is fought for. And then it is Rippey who gets that and then steps out of bounds. So turnover number 10. Lovington's got the ball. But then they have problems inbounding, and Portales takes it away. And that's going to be Jewel with the ball. She gets it, leaves it for Payton. Payton jumps up for a shot. It won't fall, but she gets fouled, and they're going to call that on number 20, Elizabeth Buendia. So first foul on Buendia, and that is going to send 22, Audrey Payton, to the line, her first trip to the line tonight. She's not in the books with anything yet. And she is now. Sinks one, makes it 10-8. 5 seconds on the clock left in this first quarter. So 10-8, Lovington leading. Second shot is up, and that one's going to be good as well. So 10-9 now. Dominguez comes out. Bell goes in for Lovington, and Audrey Alexander is in. And Myra Castro is out. Buendia comes out. And that one rattles home as well. So Payton, and with the ball, Malaya Castro gets, and at the buzzer, count it, because she got the shot off from the right side, and they are going to put it up. It's just 2 points, but hey, we'll take it as Lovington did a good job on that transition, getting the ball down the court and then getting it to Castro so she could take that three-pointer from the right corner and makes it 12-10. At the end of the first quarter, Lovington leads Portales 12-10. We'll be back in 30 seconds with your second quarter here at Wildcat Gym. For Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. It's the beginning of the second quarter, and surprise, surprise, Lovington is leading Portales 12-10. Good job for the Lovington girls in that first quarter. They will inbound at midcourt, passing off to Dominguez. She drives the lane, tries to put one up, no good. And with the rebound, I believe was Gonzalez. Emma Gonzalez. Emma Gonzalez with the rebound. And they drive down and put up a score, and that's Rippey, and she makes the 2 shots and gets fouled in the process. So she'll get a chance to tack a point onto that. She's got 6 in the game right now. Her first trip to the line, they called Katie Bell for that foul, and she does make the shot. The and one, she gets it. So 13-12 now. Portales with a 1-point lead. Lovington inbounding. Buendia's got the ball, drives up the court left side, getting worked on by Faust. Passes to Olivas over in the right corner, and then a bad pass, but somehow saving that is Buendia just in time to give it off as Emma Gonzalez steals, her second steal of the game. Turnover number 8 for Lovington. They get it to Rippey. Rippey pulls out left side, outside the arc. Passes it in to Payton and then back out to Gonzalez. She tips it up a shot, won't fall. It's Rippey with the rebound. Still a putback, no good. Fight for the rebound, and are they finally going to call jump ball? Yes, they are. So
I think they're arguing it's a jump ball or
it
a
is.
foul.
No, it's jump ball.
Okay.
Yep. So finally, although Portales had 3 looks at the basket and they couldn't make any one of those fall. Portales having some cold shooting problems tonight. They inbound to Garcia. She leaves it off for Rippey. Rippey drives into the lane, just like she knew that if she traveled into the lane against traffic, she was going to get fouled, and she did. There were 3 Lady Cats right there, and they're going to call that foul on Katie Bell, her second, and it's going to send Rippey to the line.
And that will also put Portales, as that is the 7th team foul on Lovington.
Rippey's 1 of 1 at the line. And first is good, nothing but net. Makes it 14-12. Portales leading. Bell is going to come out for Lovington. Myra Castro goes back in. Myra's in the left front block, and Celeste Dominguez in the right front block for Lovington. Rippey second is up and good. She's 3 for 3 at the line. 15-12, a 3-point lead by Portales with 6:51 left to play in this second quarter. Buendia's got it for Lovington across the timeline, right side. Oh, bounce pass, and that was kind of a bad bounce pass, and Dominguez wasn't quite ready for it. And yes, it was picked off as Rippey's got it, a steal for her. Now she leaves it off for Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Garcia. Garcia getting worked on by Alexander. She gets it over to Faust in the left corner. Faust thinks about the 3, works it back around the outside, loses her dribble, gets it back, gets it to Garcia. Garcia to Rippey in the left corner. Rippey pulls out, gets it to Garcia. Garcia back to Rippey, and now she pulls the trigger on the tray, won't fall, and that's going to be Myra Castro with fighting for the rebound. She loses the handle on it. Alexander fights to get it. Then the ball is loose, and she gets it over to Garcia, who takes a shot from the right, but she traveled. So turnover number 11 for Portales. And there's a time, no timeout taken.
Yeah, timeout.
Yep, yeah, it is time. Okay. Well, I looked, and the Portales girls hadn't gotten the memo yet, so it was a Lovington timeout. And we'll just keep it right here. It's a 30-second timeout, a short one. We have a score of 15-12 right now as Portales back in the lead in this one. At the end of the first quarter, though, Lovington was up by 2, 12-10, a fairly low-scoring affair. And Lovington coming out, really looking pretty good tonight.
Well, they certainly have, yeah. And it's been nice to see them coming together. And Portales very cold shooting, missing one of their better players in Riley Schillings. Of course, Lovington's missing Corral and Barunda tonight, so no excuse there. But the second and the third quarters have kind of been the danger zone for the Lady Cats. I think a good timeout by Coach Scott to see if he can get these girls refocused. They've proven that with the way Portales is playing tonight, they can run with them, but they can't have a letdown.
Malaya brings it down the court, right side, gets it to Myra, then back to Malaya, who works over outside the arc on the right side, tries to pass it into Dominguez, and it's picked off. So turnover number 7, 8, 9, 10 for Lovington, and Faust has it. There's a pass in the lane to Payton. And a fight for the ball as Buendia gets a hand on it, and they are going to say a tie ball. Payton didn't like the call. I think she wanted a foul instead. Well, Portales having uncharacteristic problems hanging onto the ball tonight, and Lovington's being aggressive, forcing some turnovers. Malaya Castro takes the ball down the court, and just like that, Portales picks it off and gets it to Rippey. Rippey drives in with a layup from the right side. 2 more points for her, 17-12, as Portales is stretching this one out now. It is number 20, Buendia with the ball, getting worked on by Faust. Portales has picked up their defensive pressure now, putting more pressure on Lovington, trying to rattle them and force some turnovers.
And this is kind of what we saw in Portales a couple of weeks ago. The first quarter kind of back and forth. Then Portales really ratcheted up the pressure.
The ball goes out of bounds, touched by Portales, stays Lovington ball. Buendia takes it at the top of the key, tries for a three-pointer, won't fall, and Gonzalez with the rebound. She picks it up, takes it down, now gets it off to Faust. Faust pulls back center court. Drives in, passes to Payton, left side, then back to Rippey, right side, into the corner. Faust, and she gets it into Garcia, who puts it in. 2 points for Adriana Garcia, makes it 19-12. 7-point lead by Portales now. This is the danger zone, as you said, for Lovington. They've got to get these points back. Buendia with the ball, and she turns it over as Faust commits a steal, puts it up a layup, but it doesn't finish, and Buendia gets the ball right back. Moves it down, quick pass down to Malaya Castro in three-point range, and she drains it. Her second tray of the game. Malaya Castro, she's actually got 11 points for Lovington now, 11 of their 15. So a nice tray, a nice steal, and now Portales with the ball, and Garcia's got it. Top of the arc, pulls out, gets it to Faust. Faust passes over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Garcia. She thinks about the three, then drives in, kicks it back out to Rippey. Rippey drives in, kicks it back out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Garcia on the right side. They get it to Rippey. Portales just working the ball around the outside of the arc, looking for position, trying to get somebody in the lane. They do. They get Garcia in there, but Myra Castro and Olivas were both in there, and the pass goes in, and it is stolen away and taken down by some Les Dominguez. Dominguez then passing to Malaya Castro. A bounce pass. That's about the third bad bounce pass for Lovington, and it goes into Portales' hands. Rippey brings it down. She passes in the lane to Payton. Payton tries to put up a shot from the right side and is fouled. We'll see who they call that on. So no basket, but the foul is going to be put up. Kira Olivas is going to have her second foul, and that's going to send Kylie Payton to the line. She's only 1 of 4, make it 2 of 5. She sinks the first one, 20-15, 5-point lead by Portales now as a sub comes out, and that's going to be Gonzalez coming out, and the sub goes in, rather. That's Banda going in. So Payton's second shot at the line is up and in. So she is now 3 of 6 at the line. Makes it 21-15, Portales leading. 3 minutes left to play in the second. Lovington across the timeline, pass to Myra Castro, back to Buendia, drives in, loses the handle on the basketball, but I think they are going to call a foul, and Buendia will go to the line. Lovington again having trouble hanging on to the ball. They're either just getting the ball taken away while they're dribbling, or they're making bad passes, bad, ill-advised bounce passes. But this time they get it in the lane. Olivas gets it into Dominguez. Dominguez puts up 2. 21-17. Portales leading. Rippey's got it. Drives along the outside right. Gets it to Faust. Faust over to 33 Banda. Banda gets it into Payton in the lane. Payton puts up a shot. No good, but she gets fouled. Payton, of course, is their 6-foot girl, and she definitely has the advantage. She's got the size inside, and Lovington has trouble with that.
And now 3 fouls on Myra Castro.
That's
She's going to
right.
have to come out.
And the first is up and good for Payton. So she's 4 of 7 at the line now. And they're going to put Salcido in. And Myra Castro with those 3 fouls coming out. Second is up and good for Payton. And all of her points in the game have come from at the line. Not surprising with her height that she is going to draw the fouls. She's going to get fouled by other teams. She's good at drawing them to her. And Lovington with the ball. Celeste Dominguez off a pass, drives in, uses up her dribble, runs out of room, and she double dribbles. So turnover. And I've got that as the 11th turnover.
14.
Okay. 14 turnovers for Lovington and a timeout taken. We'll just keep it right here. 23-17 your score. 6-point lead by Portales. I'm Dawn Morgan along with TJ Miracle here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington and Portales in their last regular season game and the last district game. And Lovington still in the hunt for a district victory, a district game victory that is. And Portales looking to try to stay perfect in district. So Lovington has nothing to lose here. I mean, they can really put out all the stops. They have no reason not to just play full out tonight and leave it all out there on the court. And that's what they have done so far. The only problem, they're having trouble, certain players are having more trouble than others taking care of the basketball. They're turning it over, but Portales has also had turnovers tonight and some cold shooting. So we're fairly even in terms of, some of the stats. But Lovington will give the ball over. It's going to be Portales inbounding, get it to Rippey. Rippey back to Faust. Now they get it to Fulfer in the game for the first time. And she gets the ball, takes a three-point shot, doesn't fall. That's Tegan Faust with a rebound. Pass the ball around. That's Rippey thinking about the three. And now she's going to turn it over as, she took the extra little step there. So traveled. And again, that's going to be 14 turnovers for Portales as well. So that is, that's a surprising stat. Lovington inbounds. Castro to Buendia. Buendia getting double teamed. Finally just hugs the basketball, and they are going to call it a jump ball, but the possession arrow goes the way of Portales. So Faust inbounds, gets it to Rippey. Rippey. As Portales just going to pass around the arc. They're going to get it over to Rippey on the right side. Oh, and then a bad pass as Celeste Dominguez makes the steal. Drives it down, gets it to Buendia. Buendia needs to just take care of the ball. Now a better pass from her to Salcido, and then Salcido loses focus and loses the basketball. So turns it over, and that was Payton who was right there to get the ball for the steal. Now Portales bringing it down, going to pass around the arc, looking for position. They're getting number 14, Garcia, in the lane. And then they get it to Rippey. She drives the baseline, and they're going to say no call. And they're going to call a foul, I believe. Yep. So Rippey is going to get fouled, and we'll see who they call that on. That's going to be on Erlyn Salcido, her first foul. So Salcido with the first foul, and that's going to send Rippey to the line. She's a perfect 3 of 3, make it 4 of 4. And she has 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12 points in the game so far. She has 12 of Portales' 24 points, make it 13. As her second one finds the bottom of the net too. 1:11 left to play in this second quarter as Lovington needs to get back into this one. Dominguez travels. They brought it down across the timeline. Buendia and Malaya passing it in. Dominguez looking for room, getting worked on, and commits the 15th turnover for Lovington. Faust has it. Gets it to Rippey. Rippey on the right side. Good defensive pressure by Lovington here. And Portales just going to pass the ball around the outside. Then Rippey stops, takes a three-point shot from just about the right side outside the arc in three-point territory. Terrace Rippey ripping her first tray of the game, makes it 28-17. Lovington with the ball. Buendia's got it, and she's getting double-teamed. And the Portales is zeroed in on the fact that she, under defensive pressure, sometimes she gets trapped up and can't find her way out of that box. And this time, Lovington manages to hang on to the ball, and then they give it to Dominguez, and she travels. So that's another turnover. That's going to be turnover number 16. Nope, it's 17. Turnover 17 by Lovington. Portales with the ball, but there's a timeout taken. We have only 25, just under 26 seconds left to play in this second quarter, and it's 28-17. This is just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Portales with, nope, they've just indicated it's a 60, but that's fine. We'll say a thank you to our sponsors, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Nowell Pharmacy, Lee County Electric, Bob's Thriftway, and Norlee Hospital District. As Portales, so we started this quarter at 12-10 with a Lovington 2-point lead, and Portales has flipped that around and then stretched out their lead. It's 28-17 right now with under a minute left to play in this one.
Yeah, right now
in this half, that is.
Right now an
18-5
run on for Portales.
Yeah, they have just come out. They started being more aggressive. They picked up the pace. They picked up the pressure against Lovington and have forced turnovers and made points as a direct result. They have fixed some of their cold shooting, although not all of it. They
have fixed their free throw shooting.
Right, and that is
they were 3 of 7 in the
tremendous.
First quarter. They're 9 of 9 in the second.
Yeah. And they've got the ball. 24 seconds left to play. Rippey's got it. Center court. Brings it across. Gets it over to Banda. They pass it around. That's Faust with it. Back to Banda. Now to Rippey in the lane. Oh, and good defensive pressure by Celeste Dominguez has Rippey trying to control the ball. It goes out of bounds, but touched last by Dominguez. So good hustle on her part and good pressure. Portales inbounds in front of the Lovington bench. And just passing it around the right side of the arc until Rippey drives the lane. And I think it was going to be called on Salcido. There's a foul that's getting called. No, it may be on number 20. Well, let's see. 20, yeah, Buendia. So her second foul. Again, Lovington also trying to guard and present a lot of defensive pressure. And first one is up and good for Rippey. She remains perfect at the line. She is 6 of 6 at the line, has another one up and on the way, and it also finds the bottom of the net. So another 2 points for Portales, 30-17 your score. Coming across the timeline on the right side, Malaya Castro loses focus, it trips up and turns it over, but the buzzer sounds, and halftime finds Portales ahead of Lovington, 30-17. We'll be back with your halftime report here at Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com here at Wildcat Gym. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. It's Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. At half, it's 30-17, Portales leading, but it did not start off with such a decisive lead by Portales, and we'll talk about that. Let's look down at the stats. They are leading scorer for both teams, but for Portales, 18 points in the game so far and 2 rebounds for Terrace Rippey. Then you have 5 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal by Kylie Payton. You have 2 points, 4 rebounds for Tegan Faust. You have 2 points from Adriana Garcia. You have 2 rebounds, 2 steals by Emma Gonzalez, 3 points by Audrey Payton, all of those at the line. Brenna Jewell with a rebound and Miley Bunda with a rebound. So 17 total rebounds for Portales, and they turn over the ball 15 times. However, they turned the ball over 10 times in the first quarter. Lovington turned the ball over only 7 times in the first quarter, and Lovington had the lead 12-10 at the end of the first quarter. So they got outplayed, out everything in that second quarter. That really was a killer, as you know, Portales with 17 total rebounds and 15 turnovers. And for Lovington, you've got your leading scorer right now is Malaya Castro with 10 points. Then you have Myra Castro with 4 points and a steal. You have Celeste Dominguez with 2 points, 2 rebounds and a steal. Buendia with 1 rebound. Salcida with 1 point, 1 rebound. And that's it. Those are your stats for the Lovington girls. They have only 4 rebounds in the first half, but they turn over the ball 19 times, 12 of those in the second quarter. Portales came out with pressure and aggression in that second quarter, and they took over the lead. They outscored. They fixed some of their shooting woes. They took better care of the basketball, didn't turn it over as much, and they're murdering Lovington on the boards. Of course, with Kylie Payton, 6 feet tall, she's got 7 of those boards for herself, and that really has helped make the difference and turn the tide against Lovington in that second quarter. So 12-10 at the end of the first quarter, 30-17 here at half. And we have another half to play. The boys are out on the floor warming up during the girls' halftime, and the boys' game will follow the girls immediately. They're scheduled for tip-off at 7 o'clock, and the JV game ended early. The girls' game started actually early, and looks like we may be starting just about on time with the boys' game. We'll have to see. But here we are at Wildcat Gym with half of this game played. We were excited in that first quarter for the way that Lovington performed, although it was Portales really came out uncharacteristically flat with lots of turnovers and slow shooting, and they kind of fixed that, turned that around the second quarter.
Well, they did. And another stat that worth mentioning here, in that first quarter, Portales has had way more opportunities at the free throw line. Let's get that out there. But
sure.
Portales in the first quarter went 3 of 7 from the free throw line. In the second quarter, a perfect 11 of 11. So there's basically a free 11 points right there.
Right, 11 points from the line in that second quarter.
And 14
without those 11,
total, half their points in the game have come from the free throw line.
Without that 11 points, right now that score would be 19-7. 19-17. So that's really crucial, especially when you consider that they have fouled Lovington almost not at all.
Yeah, 4 fouls in the first half.
4 fouls, and that's it. And Lovington is Castro was 2 of 4 at the line. Erlyn Salcido was 1 of 1 at the line, and that's it. That's the scoring from the line for Lovington. So that is another way. That's one of the big differences in this game, especially scoring-wise. You take away those 11 points, and the score right now would be 19-17. As it is, we're getting ready to start the third quarter, and it is 30-17. Portales leading, but Lovington's not out of this yet. If they came out and got aggressive and pressed, and maybe took care of the ball a little bit better and started forcing more turnovers like they did against Portales in the first quarter, this game would turn around a bit. They are looking to hopefully turn around that momentum a bit. Myra Castro inbounds to Buendia center court. Gets it back to Castro. Getting worked on. Portales picking up their press. Buendia's got it. Passes to Malaya Castro. Outside the arc, right side. She's getting double teamed. Now she gets it to Olivas. Olivas is going to travel through Palms. Yep.
Nope, they're going to call the foul.
Call the foul. Actually, you're going to call that on Gonzalez, I think. And no, on Garcia. All right, on Adriana Garcia, number 14. That's her second foul. So Lovington keeps the ball. It's on the floor. Malaya Castro gets the ball, passes off, and Olivas gets it. Tries a shot from the left side, won't fall. Buendia with the rebound, her second. She gets it, and she's getting defensive pressure, having trouble, and they call a jump ball as she just has all kinds of problems when she gets pressed that heavy, and Portales has picked up on that. They start smothering her, and the best she could hope for there was just to hang on to the ball. They force a jump ball, but Portales gets the possession arrow. They inbound in front of the Lovington bench, bring it down across the timeline. Now going to work it around the arc as Faust from the right side passes over to Rippey, left side. Rippey pulls up point, tries a three-point shot, won't fall. And with the rebound and the putback is Kylie Payton. So 2 more points for her. She's got 7 points, 7 and 8 rebounds now. Lovington with the ball. They get it down right side. Buendia gets it off to Castro Malaya. Malaya loses the ball off of her foot, goes out of bounds. So that's turnover number 20 for Lovington. 32-17. Portales in the lead with the ball across the timeline. Get it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets it to Faust. Faust back to Rippey. Rippey now over to Faust. Faust tries a three-point shot from just behind the arc and pops it. So Faust with 3 more points. She's now got 5. 35-17. Portales leading. Lovington with the ball. Malaya Castro drives down, gets it to Buendia. Buendia threads through the lane, puts up a shot, and it falls. So Buendia with 2 points. Portales going the other way. They get the ball. Rippey. And it's good defensive pressure by Lovington. Forces her out of bounds, loses the ball. And that's the turnover number 16 for Portales. Lovington's got it. The Castros passing off to each other. Now they get it to Buendia. Buendia pulls up, tries the three. Won't fall, loses the handle on the ball, goes out of bounds. Turnover number 21 by Lovington. 6 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Portales up 35-19. They inbound the ball. Rippey passes over to Garcia. Garcia in the lane to Payton. Payton tries to put up a shot. She's going to get fouled. She will go to the line. And she fell back and ended up on the court. And they're going to say it was not in the act of shooting. It's on the floor. Portales inbounds. They get it Garcia. Garcia to Faust. Faust to Payton. And Buendia, Dominguez and Malaya Castro doing a good job tying her up. And the possession arrow goes to Lovington. So good hustle. And they didn't, Lovington fought and didn't give up on that one. Malaya Castro lopes across the timeline right side, gets it to Buendia. Buendia tries a bounce pass. Somehow Olivas hangs on to it, then loses it, and it's going to be a turnover as Payton picks it up, passes it off, gets it to Faust. Faust gets it to Rippey. Rippey drives the lane, puts up a shot from the right side. It goes in, and she picks up the dribble, and she picks up the foul. So she will go to the line and get a chance for the and one. 2 more points for her. She's got 20 in the game now. And she's perfect at the line. Stays perfect. She gets the and one, makes it 38-19 now as Portales has doubled up Lovington. Lovington has scored only 2 points since the beginning of the third quarter. They cross the timeline, get it to Myra Castro. Myra gets it to Olivas, and they're going to call Olivas for the charge.
No, they're going to get...
Nope, they're going to call the block.
Yep, they're going to get that on Garcia.
Get that, Adriana Garcia. They're going to call the block on her. So that's her third foul. Looks like she'll come out. She will. It's going to be Banda who goes in for Garcia and give the ball to Lovington. The foul's on the floor. Olivas will have it to inbound, left of the Lovington basket. Coming over is Rippey. Good hustle. Pushes that out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington ball, though. This time it will be Olivas who inbounds right in front of the Stray Cats band. Olivas looking for somebody. Good defensive pressure. But she does find Buendia. Buendia drives in from the left side, puts up a nifty little shot. 2 more points for her. Makes it 38-21. Portales going quickly the other way. Good transition by them. Rippey with the ball. outside the arc, right side. Good defensive pressure by Dominguez against her. Gets it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets it to Faust, left side. Pass in the lane to Payton, right in the low post position, right underneath the basket. She loses the handle on it, goes out of bounds. So turnover number 17 for Portales. Lovington stepping up the pressure here, forcing a couple of turnovers. Now they need to make points off of that as Castro crosses the timeline left side. Oh, and gets it to Buendia. Buendia travels. Turnover number 23. 24, 19, all right, so I have them for 23, but I'll take your word for it. 24. Portales gets the ball, takes it down. Rippey's got it outside the arc, right side. Good defensive pressure by Dominguez. Passes to Faust, back to Rippey. Thinks about the three, gets it to Payton, top of the arc. And gets it to Faust on the left side. Now they get it to Rippey. Rippey drives in, works the ball, gets it to Gonzalez. She drives the lane and puts up a shot. 2 more points in the game for her. She's got 6 now. No, she's got 4. She's got 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 points. So 2, 2, and 2. Give it to Lovington as Dominguez takes it. Little bounce pass out to Olivas, left side. She puts up a shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's going to end up in Faust's hands. She gives it off, passes it to Rippey. Rippey drives in from the right side and puts up a layup. 2 more points for her, 42-21. Again, Portales doubling up Lovington right now. 3:38 left to play in the third quarter. As Portales passing it around. They lose the handle on the ball, then get it back. And then that is number 20, Gonzalez, popping the net from the right side.
Malaya Castro.
Castro, that is. All right. Malaya Castro with 2 more points. She's got 12. Portales with the ball going the other way. And they pass it over, give it to Syria Abanda. And she puts it in. 2 more points, 44-24. Lovington with the ball. Quick transition. Passing around the outside of the arc. Dominguez bounce pass to Castro. Malaya drives in. Tries to put up a 3-pointer from the right side. No, it would have been a 2-pointer. Passes across to Salcido. Salcido fighting for it, but she is going to foul. So they're going to call Salcido with her foul. That's her second foul. Give the ball over to Portales. Fouls on the floor. So Lovington with a bit of free-for-all. They're fighting. I like the aggression, but they're just not able to get that ball and keep it. Portales taking the ball. Rippey driving in from the right side, puts up a shot, won't fall, gets her own rebound, tries the putback, and Dominguez has got it. Dominguez pulls up. Good pressure by Portales. She pulls up right side of the arc, gets it to Buendia. Buendia drives the lane, tries to put up a shot, stripped away by Banda. And another turnover by Lovington. Portales, Faust with it. And now Celeste Dominguez gets aggressive, pulls the ball away, and then drives down and loses the handle of the basketball and turns it over again. So out a quick steal, good hustle, but then another turnover. Boy, the turnovers have killed Lovington, and then the rebounding by Portales and the performance at the line really have been the case. So Portales going the other way. They get it over to Banda. Banda in the left corner puts up a 3-point shot, makes it 46-24, just a 2. I thought she was a little farther back than that. Going the other way. Buendia fighting for it, drives in the lane, picks up and makes a shot. So she's got 6 points in the second half. She's kind of cleaning things up, taking better care of the ball. Portales with that ball now, other way. As that's Jewel with it, and it's stolen away. Dominguez with another steal, and now Jewel's trying to take it right back, and she's going to actually foul Dominguez. So Dominguez will inbound the ball. The foul is called against Jewel. That's her first. It'll stay Lovington basketball. Dominguez showing a little frustration as she had the ball and was really working on trying to make a fast transition and get down and try to score again. Instead, gets fouled, but she inbounds to Malaya Castro, gets the ball back. Bounce pass to Buendia. Buendia's going to work around the right side, outside the arc. Bounce pass to Malaya Castro. She pulls up in 3-point range and pops it. Malaya Castro, her third tray of the game, makes it 46-29. Portales with the ball. Rippey's got it. Across the timeline, center court. Now she passes it off to Rippey, the other Rippey. Now to Banda. Banda to Payton, the other Payton. Payton into Rippey, to Terrace. And now they pass quickly in and out and around. Just quick, sharp passes, working to get Payton in the right corner. She takes a shot at it. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Lovington has it, but they travel. She travels. That was it Audrey Payton with the travel?
It was Tia Rippey.
Tia Rippey, okay. So she had gotten another rebound off of that. Lovington has the ball, though. Dominguez doing a nice job bringing it down. Gets it into Salcido. Salcido trying to put up a shot from the right side. It won't fall, and turnover by Lovington. As she bounced the ball, really went off of her foot. So turnover by Lovington. Give it to Rippey, right side. Bounce pass to Payton, and nice pick off Dominguez. Dominguez has stolen the ball several times. Good heads-up play. Dominguez brings it down herself. Drives in right side, getting double teamed. Good defensive pressure by Portales. Leaves it off for Olivas. Olivas to Buendia. Buendia drives the baseline. She's going to head into the paint. And let's see, she trips up and falls. And let's see who they call that on. They are going to call that. And nope, yep, they're going to call the block. And they're going to call that on 33, Banda. That's her second foul. Lovington with the ball. Quick inbound to Malaya Castro. And Malaya is going to turn the ball over as she goes. Yeah, she double dribbles. And I think she was going to bump into her own girls in the on the bench there. So turnover and a quick trip down this court as Rippey takes it coast to coast. She's going to hand it off to Payton, trying for that last shot before the end of the third quarter, and instead it's taken away by Malaya Castro, but the buzzer sounds, and at the end of the third quarter it is 46-29. Portales leading. We'll be back with the last quarter of this game here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington Girls Basketball and Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington Girls Basketball and Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. Start of the fourth quarter, your score is 46-29, Portales leading. They inbound in front of the Lovington student section. Give it to Faust. Faust works on the right side, gets it to Payton. Payton passes across court to Gonzalez, and it goes a little high and out of bounds into the Portales bench. So that is turnover number 24 for Portales. A break for Lovington. They inbound. Malaya Castro passes to Dominguez. Dominguez drives in right side. Then passes back to Buendia. Buendia passes to Malaya Castro, who drifts back. Now drives right side, pulls back. Oh, and a bad bounce pass. Just saw that coming and picked off. So a pick off, a steal, and Faust with the ball for Portales. Number 14, Garcia, back in the game. She's got it, getting worked on. Good defensive pressure by Buendia, but I think they're going to call a foul on Buendia. Yep, a little tight. She was a little tight on Garcia. And, yep, it's going to be a foul, a hack foul on Elizabeth Buendia. That's her third foul. Portales inbounds, get it to Faust. Faust drifts back, now moves to the right. Passes to Gonzalez, outside the arc on the right side. Gonzalez thinks about the three. Now passes to Garcia. Garcia, no room. Gets it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries a three from the right side. Nice Nice rebound by Erlyn Salcido. She reaches up, grabbing that rebound, and she gets fouled on the wrist. It's going to be against number 12, Tegan Faust. That's her first foul. That gives Lovington the ball and a chance to eat away at this lead. Dominguez inbounds to Malaya Castro. Malaya up near the timeline, now drives into the right, along the right side. Passes into Olivas in the lane. Olivas passes to Salcido, but a whistle sounds. She gets fouled. She's going to get fouled, I think, by number 12. Is that Tegan? They're going to call that on Tegan Faust. Nope. They're going to say tie. She tied it up.
Kylie
held on
Payton.
to it. Okay. 11. Kylie Payton. Thank you. And they get it to, on the inbound, they get it to Malaya Castro, and she pops a three from the left side. She's got 4 threes in the game tonight, 46-32. Lovington down by 14 in this fourth quarter. Lovington, Portales with the ball. And that is Faust in the left corner. Gets it to Gonzalez in the right corner, and it's taken away, stripped away. Dominguez with another steal. She's going to take it. Pass it to Buendia, and on that pass, it's taken away. So another turnover by Lovington, and Portales has it. They give it over to 33. That is Banda in the left side, and she puts in a 2-pointer, makes it 48-32. Lovington with the ball. Malaya Castro across the timeline, works over to the right, gets it to Buendia. She drives the lane, puts up a little shot, won't fall, and it's Payton with the rebound.
Her 10th rebound of the game.
And she gets it to Faust. Faust sends it over to Banda in the right corner, and she puts in another 2 points, 50-32. 18-point lead by Portales. Coming down to 5:25 left in this game. Buendia's got it. On the outside of the arc, right side, dribbles over, loses the ball, gets it to Castro. Castro, top of the arc. And they're going to call, Wade Scott wants to have a timeout to talk to his girls. With 5:13 left to play in the game, 50-32 is your score. Portales leading this one, and Lovington having just a little bit of trouble there, hanging on to the ball. But with a great 3-point performance by Malaya Castro tonight. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays in this game. Pretty amazing performance there.
When she gets an open look, she's not afraid to take it, and
Nope.
she normally hits it.
She has been hot from the right side and the left side, outside the arc, right in that sweet spot, right in the wing, not in the deep corner, but right just in that, just on the right, just outside the arc from the right and the left. She's been pretty deadly, and that's great. But Lovington has turned over the ball too many times, and Portales has really made them pay by turning those turnovers into points more times than not. So Lovington just doing better in some ways, but again, consistency is their bugaboo. Consistency, they'll have spots, bright spots of, you'll think, wow, where has that been? And they'll come out, they'll force turnovers, and they'll do 2 or 3 really good things in a row, and then shoot themselves in the foot with a turnover or a bad pass or a foul. And so it's been hard for them to develop any consistency and any momentum, any kind of rhythm, offensive rhythm in the games. And tonight's really no exception. But again, doing some things much better. They will have the ball out of the timeout. And it'll be Myra Castro inbounding to Malaya against good defensive pressure by Faust, who almost stole it. Malaya gets it to Buendia. Buendia bounce pass to Dominguez. Dominguez tries to pass off to Myra Castro, who's frustrated because they call a foul. And they're going to call that, I think, on Kylie Payton. Yes, they will. Oh, it's going to be on number 14, actually, Adriana Garcia.
That will put Lovington in the bonus. That is the 7th team foul on Portales.
That's the 4th foul against Garcia. And Dominguez with a shot, no good. Coming out of nowhere, though, fighting for that rebound, stealing away is Dominguez. And she passes it off. There's a shot up, no good, but then Olivas comes up with the rebound, her first rebound. She passes to Myra Castro. She takes a 3-point attempt at the top of the arc, and it doesn't fall. And the rebound for Portales. That's Faust with the ball, right wing. Gets it to Banda. Bonda passes in to Faust, who drives the right side of the lane, tries to put up a shot. She's going to get fouled. She'll go to the line. And they are going to call that against Buendia. So that'll be the fourth foul. Yep, I was going to say they started putting third, and I looked down on my sheet and said, I've got 4. So that's Faust at the line, and she buries it. So that's actually her first trip to the line. And her second one goes down as well. 52-32, a 30-point lead by Portales with 4:29 left to play. Malaya Castro bringing it across the timeline, gets it to Myra Castro. She gets a run in 2, loses the ball, saves it, passes it to Malaya Castro. Malaya gets it to Olivas. Olivas passes it out to Myra Castro, who drives the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall. And Audrey Payton with the rebound. They pass it, get it to Faust. Faust cross center court, right across the Wildcat. Now moves to the left. Leaves it over to Garcia. Garcia gets it to Bonda. Bonda tries a 3-point shot from the top of the arc, won't fall. And it's going to be Faust with the rebound. She almost steps out of bounds, then loses a bad pass, and it's Buendia who picks it up, takes it coast to coast, tries a layup. It doesn't fall, but she gets fouled. So she will go to the line. It was in the active shooting. They're going to call that on Bonda. That's her third foul. And that sends Buendia. It's her first trip to the line tonight. She has 6 points in the game, all in the second half, where she has settled in somewhat. Buendia, and her first one is up and good. Coming out is Garcia for Portales. And second shot by Buendia is up and good. So Buendia with 2 points at the line makes it 52-34. Portales getting the ball, almost stolen away. Payton saves it, getting worked on by Buendia. Gets it to Faust. Faust pulls back center court, now drives to the left. 22, Payton outside the arc. They get it, pass it into Rippey. Rippey puts up a shot, won't fall. Fighting for the rebound is Payton, and she gets nailed. So she'll go to the line as she's like a magnet. She's just a foul magnet down there in the low post position. She puts up her arms, and 3 or 4 Lovington girls have reached in and fouled her. This time it was number 5, Celeste Dominguez. Only the third foul on Celeste. Payton with an uncharacteristic miss on her first one, and a timeout is taken. 52-34 is your score. 3:24 left to play in this game as Portales has stretched this one out. This game started off quite differently. The end of that first quarter, it was 12-10, a 2-point lead by Lovington. Then Lovington got outscored and out-rebounded in that second quarter, and Portales sank a lot of free throws as well. Ended up 30-17 at half. 11 of those points from the line for Portales. At the end of the third quarter, it was 46-29, Portales lead, and now just 3 minutes or so left to play in the game, and they're in the lead in this one decisively, 52-34, in what will be the last home game in this gym for this group of Lovington girls this year. After tonight, there will be a district tournament. The Lovington girls will be playing on Tuesday night against either Artesia or Goddard. Out of the timeout, Payton will go back to the line. She missed her first one. Off of the foul by Dominguez. And Payton puts up the second one. It's short, no good. So Lovington, and Lovington touches the ball, and then it goes out of bounds. So a turnover. I've got that as 31.
No turnover.
No turnover. Oh, okay. She never had control of the ball. So no turnover, but on the quick inbound, Payton takes the pass, puts it up. 2 more points for her, 54-34. But going the other way, Lovington's got the ball. Malaya Castro gets it to Buendia. Buendia getting worked on by Bonda in the left corner. Hang on to the ball. She loses it. There's a fight for it. The ball's loose on the court. Coming up with it, Kylie Payton's got it. Payton passes off to Rippey. Rippey goes down, tries a layup, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. No good. And Payton's got it, or Faust has got it, rather. So Faust pulls back to kind of reset. Gets it to Bonda in the right corner. Then into Faust from the right side. Puts up a shot, won't fall. Payton gets the rebound, and on her attempted putback, she gets fouled again. So this time, the foul is going to be on number 3, Olivas. That's her third foul. 54-34. A 20-point lead now by Portales. Payton at the line. This one she sinks. She missed her previous 2.
And now she has 10 points and 13 rebounds, a double-double for Kylie Payton.
Yep. So between with Payton and Rippey, they've been pretty much the Portales story tonight. Second one is no good, though. And with the rebound, Buendia's got it. Buendia brings it down, getting worked on by Payton, Audrey Payton. Oh, and a pass over to Salcido goes high. She goes high. Salcido not ready, jumps up, can't save it. So another turnover. 30-32. Nope, that is just 31 turnovers.
32.
And Portales with the ball, gets it down, feeds it to Rippey on the left side. She puts him an easy layup, makes it 57-34. Going the other way. Lovington with the ball. Malaya Castro to Buendia. Buendia back to Castro. Castro drives the lane from the right side, and she is fouled. So she will go to the line. They're going to call that on number 12, Tegan Faust. And that is her third foul. So Malaya Castro will go to the line. Castro has 5 trays in this game. She is 2 of 4 at the line. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left to play in this game. 57-34, Portales leading. Lovington just trying to put some more points on the board, play for pride. And Malaya Castro sinks it. So she is...
That's her 20th point of the ball game.
Yep, and she is 3 of 5 at the line, has a chance to make another one. As Jaylin Aranda comes in for Lovington. Second shot is up, and this one falls off to the side. Fight for it. It goes out of rebound. I think his last touch by Lovington. Good hustle over there, though, as Audrey Alexander in for Lovington, trying to save that ball. And then she actually does. They get the ball. Lovington will have it. Well, Myra Castro will inbound right in the corner. And it's promptly taken away, but they're going to say Lovington ball.
Yeah, after Portales stepped on the baseline.
Yep.
So
that
trading turnovers.
Yeah, Rippey stepped on the baseline. And Myra Castro inbounds it to Malaya. Malaya takes a shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Audrey Alexander is in there, and they're going to call a tie ball. Good hustle by Audrey. Also, Salcido was in there, and Jaylin Aranda right there as well. Possession arrow goes to Lovington. Myra will inbound to the right of the Lovington basket. Gets it to Malaya. Malaya drives in across the baseline and tries to pass it to Salcido. Goes off of her hands, but Audrey Alexander saves it. Brings the ball back up, center court. Now she drives in right side of the lane. She's going to put up a shot, but I think they're going to call not a foul, but she double dribbled. She
traveled.
Yeah, traveled. Turnover.
Yeah, picked up that pivot put.
Yep.
She tried to stop and just couldn't quite get it woed up in time.
Portales will have the ball. They inbound. Taking it all the way is Rippey. She gets down underneath the basket. Jaylin Aranda is waiting there for her, and she tries to take the ball away. She gets her hand on the ball, but they're going to call her for the foul.
Now they're going to call it
no,
on
they're
Rippey.
going to call it on Rippey, saying,
off the steal.
Yep, and Rippey trying aggressively. Both of them, I think that's, I don't know, it's hard to call. Sometimes it's clearly a tie ball, and then others it's hard.
Aranda stripped her clean, and then
hang.
Rippey, I think, just a little frustrated.
They just put her hand back in. So that's Aranda with a miss at the line. 57-35, 22-point lead in this one. 1:30 left to play. Aranda get a second shot at it after getting fouled by Rippey. And she sinks that one. 1 of 2. 57-36. Portales will inbound. Rippey's got it. Gets it to Payton across the line. Ball's loose. And picking it up is Salcido. tries to pass it to Alexander. Portales trying to interfere. Faust gets a handle on it, and it's knocked out of bounds, last touched by Portales. So it will be Lovington basketball. Myra will try this one again. Myra is going to inbound to Malaya. Malaya gets a handle on it, and it goes out of bounds. She can't control it. Goes into the Lovington bench. So it'll be a Portales ball, and it's a turnover by Lovington. Faust will have it. She'll inbound. Rippey actually inbounding. Gets it back. Now gets it to Payton. A pass is stolen away by Malaya Castro. She puts up a shot, won't fall, gets her own rebound, and then it's stolen away. So the teams trade turnovers again. And driving down to the right side of the basket, Audrey Payton is going to go down and try to put up a layup, but she gets fouled first. And against Jalen Aranda, so they call her with a foul. It's going to be her first foul. And that sends Audrey Payton to the line, and it's good. All of her points have come at the line tonight. She's got 4 points in the game. So we have Dominguez coming back in and Jasmine Cooper coming in for Lovington as Salcido and Malaya Castro go out. Subs coming in for Portales as well. Jalen Aranda and Celeste Dominguez in the front blocks for Lovington. 58-36 your score, and Audrey Payton sinks the second one. All 5 of her points at the line tonight. 59-36, 50 seconds left to play in this game as Aranda, that's Myra Castro, has the ball on the right side. Passes to Dominguez. Dominguez drives in, gives it to Jalen Aranda. Aranda puts up a shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and Faust has it. Faust gets it to Rippey. Rippey sends it over to Bonda from the left side. Bonda puts it in. 61-36.
10 points now for Bonda.
And Myra Castro with the ball across the timeline, center court. Gets it to Dominguez. Dominguez drives in. Bounce pass to Jasmine Cooper. Goes outside of her. She wasn't ready for the bounce pass, I think, and the bounce pass kind of a little, maybe a little not ill-timed, but didn't make it right in the right spot. So again, turnover by Lovington. Portales with the ball. Garcia inbounding. Faust has got it. Drives in to the top of the key. Passes it out to Garcia. Back to Faust. Now over to Payton. Payton to Garcia. Now Portales just going to hang on to the ball and let the clock run out on this one. So final score 61-36. Portales beating Lovington in this final game of the regular season. We'll be back to wrap this one up and then move on into the boys game coming up in just a couple of minutes right here. Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. back to Wildcat Gym. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And the final on this one, 61-36, as Portales defeats Lovington, and Portales remaining unbeaten in district. They go to 6-0. They are ranked 4th in the state at this point, at least, and that could stay the same or it could change. But after tonight, Lovington goes to 0-6 in district, but they will be assured of at least one more game, and we'll have to wait and see if it's going to be against Artesia or Goddard, and that will be on Tuesday night on the road. So this was the final game for this team here at Wildcat Gym, and tonight it was just too much Portales, as Portales came back, especially from that second quarter on. They really exerted their dominance, as they had a spotty, Portales had a little bit of a spotty third quarter in some ways, but they were just too dominant, especially on the boards. Here's how the scoring went for Portales. You had Rippey with 25 points, 3 rebounds. And then you had Payton with 10 points, 13 rebounds, a double-double. You had Faust Teagan, that is, with 7 points and 10 rebounds. You had Garcia with 2 points. You had Gonzalez with 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Audrey Payton with 5 points, all at the line, and 1 rebound. You had Jewel with 1 rebound. You had Rippey, that's Taya Rippey, with 1 rebound. Banda had 10 points and 2 rebounds. So you had a total of 17 rebounds in the first half for Portales, and then 33 altogether in that game. Portales does have a lot of turnovers. They turned over the ball 31 times. And Lovington scoring, your leading scorer, Malaya Castro, 20 points, 5 of them trays, and 1 rebound. You also had 8 points from Elizabeth Wendia with 3 rebounds. The rest of your scoring and stats: 2 points, 1 rebound for Kira Olivas, 1 rebound for Audrey Alexander. Dominguez with 2 points, 3 rebounds, 6 steals. You had Castro Maya, that is, 4 points and a steal. You had Salcido with 1 point, 2 rebounds. And you had 1 point for Aranda. Lovington had a total of 11 rebounds in the game. Just got nailed on the boards. 11 rebounds for them, 33 rebounds for Portales. And Lovington turned the ball over 37 times to 31 for Portales. So final score, 61-36, a victory for Portales. And final thoughts on this one, TJ Miracle, before we take a break before the boys game.
Well, just too much Portales, too much of them on the boards. Lovington came out on fire and played well, played up to their ability, but just the inconsistency bit them again, but still things to build on. They forced over 30 turnovers, so you never know what could happen in the district tournament.
All right, and we'll look forward to that. We will have a game Tuesday night. We just don't know who it'll be against or where it will be, but it will be on the road. So we'll wrap up this one. Again, final score, 61-36, Portales wins, and we'll be back with the start of the boys basketball game. They have just under 12 minutes left on the warm-up clock, and that's it for Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Thanks for listening and watching.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Basketball on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Wildcat basketball proudly presented by Norley Hospital, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Nowell Pharmacy, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Stone Oilfield Services. This is the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show alongside Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on a Friday night. Final game of the district regular season, and Lovington still with hopes of claiming at least a share of the district crown tonight, but they're going to need some help. So, yes, we will be doing a little scoreboard watching tonight from the game going on in Artesia. So a rough game for the Lovington girls. They came out, played extremely well in the first quarter, but little inconsistency as we've seen all season, and letting Portales, their girls, who are the number 4 team in the state, just kind of pull away in that one. But, the Lovington girls did have a good first quarter, Dawn Morgan, and so moving on now to the boys' game. Portales comes in at 10-13 on the year. They are 0-5 on the year. Portales still a lot to play for. Right now ranked number 18 in Class 4A, and of course they'll take 16 teams in the playoffs. For Lovington, they are 17-7 on the year. 3-2 in the district race. They are number 8 overall in 4A. That is a little bit misleading, though, because they are ahead of Goddard significantly in the polls and in the power rankings. And so if Goddard winds up winning the district title, they would have to rank Goddard in front of Lovington via the district rules. Of course, Lovington can still win the district championship.
That's right, because the district tournament will be next week. So
they can win the outright.
Yeah, they can
win the regular season.
That they've got to have a little help to be able to do that.
Yes.
So they're not in control of their own destiny here in this one. However, they have to win tonight. Any way you shake it, if they have any hopes of winning the outright district, they have to beat Portales tonight, and then they need a little help.
Yeah,
and then they would have a playoff game
on Monday
that they would have to win in order to get that, and then they would go immediately, into the district tournament itself.
Yeah, best case scenario is we win tonight, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, go Artesia. Artesia would win tonight, and that would force a playoff game at a neutral court on Monday between Goddard and Lovington for the regular season district crown. The regular season champ gets an automatic seat into the playoffs, and so they would have the auto seat there. Now then, if Lovington, there's some weird situations where they could get into third place in the district race. I mean, most likely they'll be first or second. Right. And if they go into second, it would be a Thursday night game here against the winner of the 3-4 game, which would be Portales and probably Artesia. And
that game would be on Tuesday. So that's certainly one scenario. There is a scenario where Lovington might not want to win the district championship, and that would be the speculation that they might go in as the 8th seed. If that were to happen, they would go in as 8, but their first game in that play-in game for the state tournament would be against the number 1 team.
No, it would be against number. Number 9.
2. That's right, 8-9.
Yes,
and that's really
that's
very
dangerous.
Even. That's the dangerous, because
right
you're
now
really
it looks
even
like
at that. I said 9, but I meant number 1. I wrote that down.
If Goddard were to win, it could knock Lovington out of the top 8, which would force them to go on the road, which is a situation that you really don't want in that first round. I mean, you look at the teams around Lovington and you start looking at some of them they could play in that opening round. You've got Gallup sitting down there. You've got teams like Grants and Espanola Valley. Those are all teams I don't think you'd want to play in the first round.
Yeah.
So then in the second round, you're looking at Highland or Taos. So yikes.
So in certain cases, I mean, you look and see, you take your chances. If you're around 8th seed or so, you're going to play a team that's pretty even to you in terms of their record, whether you get to, whether you have to travel, or not. So it's either that or have to face, somebody a lot higher seed, and of course go on the road in that instance for sure. So it's kind of a lesser of 2 or 3 evils here, and there are certain advantages and disadvantages to any of these scenarios were they to take place and to actually happen, depending on how everything happens. And again, Lovington not in total control of their destiny here, because right now, and they're not number one in the district.
Right now they are the number 2 team in the district, still with a chance at number 1. The top 3 teams in this district, because we've seen them all now twice.
That's right.
Lovington, Artesia, Goddard are all extremely evenly matched. It's one of those, if one or two dribbles goes a little different in any of those games, the other team wins.
Yeah,
so,
free throws, technicals. I mean, that can come down
steal,
and turn on.
turnover,
That's right. Can really, turns on a dime. So these teams are evenly matched, and that's why that's why we've got the situation that we have, because they've beaten each other once. They're 1-1 in terms of their record against each other, and even their losses and wins have come in 2-point, 1-point games, 2-point games, 5-point games.
Yeah, all extremely close. So, again, we will be doing some scoreboard watching tonight with Goddard and Artesia, but Lovington can't worry about that. They just have to take care of what they can take care of, which is the team on the other side of them, which is the Portales Rams. Portales under head coach Ronnie McBroom. Of course, for years it was Ricky McBroom. Ricky's son, has taken over for the retired elder Coach McBroom. I saw him sitting out in the lobby, leaned up against the wall and just kind of chilling out, but here to watch his former team play. 10-13 on the season, as we mentioned. Lovington at 17-7, and even though they are number 8, that is a little misleading, because if Goddard were to win the regular season district title, that would put Goddard, they would have to put Goddard as a higher seed, which would knock Lovington out of the home game for sure in the first round.
And see, Lovington owns a tiebreaker against Artesia. Having beaten Artesia by 2 points, Artesia beat Lovington by 1 point. Lovington beat Goddard, but they did it only by 2 points.
That's
and they would have needed to win by 6 points, or they did it by 3 points, I guess. They would have needed to win by 6 points or more to own the tiebreaker against them, against Goddard.
Yes, it gets confusing.
It does,
and it is basically, we know no matter what happens tonight, we'll either be playing more than likely Thursday or Saturday next week. So that's what we know at this point.
And what the Lovington team needs to just worry about is the game in front of them. Forget about all the speculation and all of this that we're talking about. Really, they have a game to play tonight. They need to win that game. They need to win it by as many points as they can, be as decisive as they can, and really seal the deal for themselves in making that case that no matter how the regular season comes out, if they're number 2, they're a solid number 2, and then going into
no matter how the district tournament winds up,
then they are assured of making the playoffs and having a decent first game.
Because the district tournament too, that's one of those kind of oft forgotten rules. The district tournament champion also makes the playoffs by rule, and 2 seasons ago, Lovington had just an absolute disaster of a district season. I think they won 1 game. And then they stormed through the district tournament, 3 games on the road, culminating beating Artesia in Artesia on a Saturday night by 3 points. It was a pandemonium there.
It was chaos.
And the Lovington Wildcats, by doing that, in essence, well, there's no in essence to it, they knocked Goddard and Portales out because they had to take Lovington, and Goddard and Portales were on the bubble, and they couldn't take Goddard and Portales and put them anywhere higher than Lovington. So Lovington knocked 2 teams out by winning the district tournament. And then you had another team that won a district tournament in the far south district. I want to say it was Chaparral that knocked off Santa Teresa. And so they had to take 2 teams out of that district where there would have only been 1. So district tournaments do definitely matter. But tonight, what matters more is Lovington getting the victory and doing what they need to do. So we've got about a minute left on the pregame clock here. We will take a timeout, come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. You're listening to Lovington Wildcat Basketball on Z94 KZOR and watching on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back. Lovington Wildcat basketball here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing as the teams being introduced out onto the court right now. As Portales has just been introduced onto the floor, Lovington will be coming out shortly. Your starters for the visiting Portales Rams: number 3, Alex Garcia; number 13, Caden Hightower; number 14, Marcus Aranda; number 21, Emmanuel Dion; and number 23, Davian Lucero. So that'll be the starters tonight for the visiting Portales Rams. Again, the Lovington Wildcats being introduced out onto the floor tonight. And it looks like our starters for tonight are going to be number 3, Adam Aguilera; number 4, Tayton Hilliard; number 5, Isaac Henson; number 20, Julian Arroyo; and number 24, Joseph Perez. Cats will be wearing the home whites with the royal blue letters and numbers. For Portales, they will be in the road blacks with red letters and numbers. So getting ready for the final game of the regular season, the district regular season tonight. The Cats, everything to play for. The Rams going to have to put it all out there themselves to see what goes on. So getting ready for the start of this one. A packed house here tonight.
It is a loud gym. Yeah, a loud gym. As a good home crowd, both the students and the regular attendance, both sides of the bleachers on the bottom nearly full, and a number of folks up top. It's a combination of Lovington folks up here in the mezzanine with us, and a good number of Portales folks making the trip down as well.
Tayton Hilliard will take the jump against Emmanuel Dion, and here we go. Final game of the regular district season, and the tip is into the backcourt and controlled by the Portales Rams. So Portales basketball into the front court comes Hightower. Picking him up quickly is Adam Aguilera. Swings it over to the far side to Garcia. And a quick steal by Tayton Hilliard. Back down come the Cats. Tayton all by himself and lays it off the right glass. And the steal leads to points in Lovington in the early 2-0 lead. Full court press is on for the Wildcats. Lucero tries to break it, gets it to Hightower, and he'll come up, slips on the floor, goes down, and they are going to call the travel. So 2 quick turnovers as Portales, I think, just trying to get a little bit ahead of themselves, and good pressure by Lovington.
Definitely good defense. They've come out very aggressively, just what they need to do.
Julian Arroyo to inbound it, gets it to Tayton Hilliard as Tayton will bring it up under a little bit of pressure from Garcia as he crosses the timeline. Comes near side, outlet to Arroyo, bounce pass to Henson in the deep left corner. Henson picks it up, long cross-court pass to Aguilera in front of the student section. They'll just swing it around and reset. Lovington leading 2-0. Arroyo with it, bounce pass. Still working near the timeline with Hilliard. Hilliard back to Arroyo. Takes it to the left wing, uses up the dribble, and a bad bounce pass going to be tipped away by Lucero, trying to get Henson in the deep left corner, but got knocked away. So Isaac will inbound just in front of the Portales bench. Lovington moving from the right to the left on your radio dial. Tayton with it, deep right corner. Aguilera, 3-ball on the way, and bang! Adam Aguilera got a little space, and he made the Rams pay for it. Quickly a 5-0 lead. Pressure is on. Stolen away by Aguilera, but he stepped on the sideline. So the team straight turnovers, 3 TOs for Portales. That's the first for Lovington.
And Lovington has taken 2 shots at it. That really last shot doesn't count. They're 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, into the front court, it'll be Lucero controlling for Portales. Tosses over to Aranda. Aranda drives in, and he's going to be blocked out by Henson. And it'll go into the hands of Joseph Perez. Perez with a haircut. I almost didn't recognize him. Leaves it off in the backcourt. Tayton with it, picks up the dribble to Arroyo near side, brings it to the wing, uses up the dribble about 10 out, and then tosses over to Isaac. Isaac, little spin move to Julian, deep left side for 3, and that one is off the mark. And a fight for the rebound, and controlling it'll be Lucero for the Rams. Lucero gives it to Hightower, moves it into the front court. Dangerous bounce pass stolen away by the Cats. Here comes Henson, and he'll lay it off the right glass and roll it home. A 7-0 run to start the game, and Coach Ronnie McBroom says, anybody get the number of that bus that just hit us? Yeah, it's 3, 4, and 5. So we'll keep it right here. 5:55 to go in the first.
3 of 4 shooting from the floor for Lovington. They come out hot because they can't afford to take this game tonight for granted, and it looks like they want to come out, set the pace, and just play their game and really use it as a real tune-up and to say, and their bid for a decisive look. We deserve at least the number 2 slot here in District 4A, and maybe look at us. We're looking sharp enough. We should be the champions. So, Portales 0-5 in district, but you can't count them out. A team like that again.
Well,
they're playing to just be a spoiler.
Yeah, and when you've put Lovington and Portales in any sport, any competition, you can throw the records out the window.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't care if they're playing chess. You're probably going to see fists fly at some point. Although you certainly hope you don't see it in this game because that's technicals and kids get suspended, and that's not a good thing. But two teams that, great rivals, so you can throw a lot of things out. After the timeout, Aranda to inbound it for Portales. He'll toss it to Garcia. He almost loses the ball. He'll push it forward, somehow get it to Hightower in the front court. Henson on him very tight after Aguilera had picked him up. Aguilera comes behind him and just picks his pocket, and Adam takes it off the right glass and up and in. 9-0, Lovington. Rolling early, but you got to keep your foot on the gas. Garcia uses the dribble and into the hands of Aguilera. Aguilera to Perez, left glass up and in. 11-0 to start the game. Lovington is charging, and to Hightower, and he's bumped, and they're going to call that. I think they're going to call the block on Arroyo.
Yeah,
or are they just going to say out? They're just going to say out of bounds
okay.
off of Arroyo. I really thought that was a block, but the man in stripes didn't see it that way, so I'm going to go with it. I actually like the call. And a high inbound pass. It'll come into Dehan. Knocked away, but it'll come into the hands and in and out of the shooter, Lucero. Long rebound going to be made by Garcia, and he goes down, and Aguilera made contact. First personal on Adam. Trying to go for the rebound. Just got a little bit out of control there and bumped his opposing number 3, Garcia. Just the first foul, though. 11-0, Lovington in the lead. 5:13 to go. High inbound to Exodus Gomez, who just checked into the ball game for the Rams. Gomez works against Arroyo to the free throw line. Toss it out, NBA 3. Lucero left side. It's good. So Lucero gets Portales on the board and snaps about a 3-minute scoring drought. 11-3 is the score. Hilliard to the front court. They put a triangle on him. He gets it over to Aguilera. Gets a screen from Perez. Then they'll reset it back out with Tayton. Tayton just going to sit there, and they're not going to challenge him. I'd just stand there for the last 4:45 of the quarter if they let me. Tayton drives in. No look pass to Perez. He'll tip it into the corner. Now over to Henson as they work it around. And now it'll be Arroyo to just back it out. And they're giving them plenty of room. If they're going to do that, I'm just dribbling the clock out. Bounce it over to Aguilera, deep right side, back to Arroyo. Julian works against Quadale Brown, who just checked into the game. Deep right side for Aguilera. It's up and no good, and on the rebound, tipped by Portales and out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball.
So Lovington with only 3 misses at the basket so far.
Inbound comes to Henson. 3 ball, and it is off the iron. It'll be Brown with the rebound. Lovington going to drop back in defense now as we hit the halfway mark of the first quarter. 11-3, Lovington in the lead. Lucero pushes off, picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Toss out to Gomez, goes left side, hands off to Garcia. In the wing in front of the Stray Cats. Garcia back in, underhand to Brown. Brown backs down on Perez and travels going into the lane. And, they call the charge actually on Quadale Brown, his first personal. First team foul on Portales, and that's the 7th turnover for the Rams. 11-3, Lovington has come out hot, but have gone a little cold the last minute or two.
Yep, they need to keep the pressure up and try to stay hot shooting.
Into the front court with Tayton Hilliard. Hilliard bounce pass to Arroyo, dangerous pass, almost loses it, back to Tayton, NBA 3, right wing, bang! Oh. Tayton Hilliard with 5 points. Makes it a 14-3 ball game. Lovington back up by 11. Full court press is on. 3:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Gomez to the front court right over the big cat. And knocked away by Henson. Tries to save it. Does behind his back. Henson to Hilliard. And off the right glass. Up and in off the 8th turnover. 16-3. Lovington so far got their foot on the gas. Behind the back. Nifty little move for Gomez. Underneath to DeHaan, and he lays it off the right glass for Portales. Emmanuel DeHaan, his first bucket of the ball game, 16-5. Henson to Aguilera, thinks about the three, head fakes it, then will reset with Tayton. Fastball underneath to Perez, drives in, and he's going to be blocked by Gomez. It goes out of bounds, should stay Lovington basketball. Zadrick Betancourt will check into the ball game, as will Mason Enriquez for the Cats.
It was a clean block.
It was clean.
No foul, but Lovington will maintain the ball.
So Enriquez swings it in. Arroyo, the head fake. Brown gets to him quickly, drives it in on the right base, puts up a shot, and they are going to call the charge on Arroyo as Hightower got the feet set. So that'll be the second turnover for the Cats. First penalty on Julian, second team foul on Lovington.
7 of 11 shooting now from the floor for Lovington.
2:45 to go, first quarter. Lovington 16, Portales 5. Great to have you with us tonight as the inbound will come to Gomez from Brown. Full court presses on Hightower, still in the backcourt. Betancourt on him tight. Betancourt stays on him as they work it forward. Brown gets it up right at the 10-second mark, but dribbles it off of his foot. DeHaan will put the shoulder into the back of Tayton Hilliard, who was coming back the other way. They're going to call DeHaan his first personal, just the second team foul on Portales. Lovington basketball off of the 9th Portales turnover. Portales going to go with the little man pressure as they're going to check Arroyo out. Joey Villalobos in. Villalobos, Hilliard, Henson, Enriquez, and Betancourt on the floor for your Wildcats. Tayton will run the point. Hilliard to the front court to Villalobos near side. Joey going to take it up to the top of the arc. Still dribbles, little crossover move, keeps it going, slings it out to Enriquez. Hightower on Enriquez, gives him a little bit of room though. Mason on the far side in front of the student section will just hand it back off to Hilliard. Hilliard gets a screen from Betancourt to Villalobos, left wing for three, and bang! Joey Villalobos joins the three train. 19-5, Lovington up with 2 minutes to go in the first period. Full court press is on. Gomez to Hightower, loses it right into the hands of Villalobos. Joey going to bring it back, throws it to Tayton, who throws it to Mason, right wing for three, and that one is off the mark, and the rebound is going to be brought down by Portales, and a foul by Villalobos on the hold. Lucero with his second rebound, bad foul by Villalobos. Third team foul on Lovington.
All right.
It is on the floor. So Lucero will inbound it from just left of the scorer's table. Adam Aguilera checks back into the ball game. Isaac Henson will take a quick breather into Gomez, who works against Villalobos. Back near center court. Ooh, that was almost a double dribble. Gomez to the front, takes it to the left elbow, picks up the dribble, throws it out to Hightower, and it'll go into the Lovington Stray Cats, and that is turnover number 11. Lovington is bringing the pressure, Dawn Morgan.
They certainly are, and really, Portales is not reciprocating. Very light, sometimes non-existent pressure by them.
So the inbound will come to Hilliard. He'll take it up just to the top of the Wildcat. Gets a screen from Betancourt, drives into the right lane, no look pass, working around to Villalobos, left wing for three, and bang! Joey Villalobos makes it a 22-5 Lovington lead into Hightower, and he'll be fouled by Villalobos as Joey got up in the air, and when that happens, they're going to call that on you every single time. So Joey's picked up two quick fouls to go along with two quick trays.
And it happened right in front of the scorer's table and a referee right there to see it, so no hiding on that one.
Isaac Henson will check back in as Tayton Hilliard will take a breather with 1:07 to go in the first. 22-5, the Cats in the lead. Inbound coming from Alex Garcia, flips it to Hightower in the backcourt. Hightower turns on the Jets, brings it up into the front court. Isaac on him pretty tight. Now he'll back off. Portales going to start some rotation, or try to. Hightower just keeps it himself to Brown. 15-footer left corner is up and good. Waddell Brown's first bucket of the ball game. 22-7, Lovington in the lead. 45 seconds remaining in the first. Aguilera to the front court, brings it in. Tosses off Villalobos, bounce pass, deep left corner for Henson, back to Villalobos, around to Aguilera, thinks about the three. Now they'll bounce it to Enriquez, back out to Aguilera, to Villalobos, who loses the basketball right into the hands of Coach McBroom. Third turnover for the Wildcats.
So just under 29 seconds to play in this very fast-moving first quarter.
It has been.
22-7, Lovington leads.
Into the front court with Lucero for the Rams. Lucero works against Betancourt, picks up his dribble. Hands off to Hightower at the free throw line. Hightower underhand to Aranda. Now they'll toss it out. Lucero left wing three ball on the way. Won't fall, and the rebound is going to be made by Garcia.
But
and he's going to be fouled by Joey. Yep, he's picked up 3 quick personals.
Got to know he's going to be sitting down. In fact, they'll pull him out, put Javier Corrales in his place.
I'm still trying to get over Joseph Perez's new hairstyle. I hope it's not like Samson where he cuts off the locks and he loses the power. As the Portales will get it in with 8 seconds to go. Stolen away by Isaac. Henson to Aguilera. Adam lays it up and in off the 12th turnover. 7 points for Adam Aguilera, 24 for the Cats in the first quarter. Lovington 24, Portales 7. Back for the second in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Lovington Wildcat basketball continues here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Is Coach Ronnie McBroom, I guess, saw some stuff he didn't like in that first quarter because he has been giving the official on the near side an earful since the buzzer. Second quarter getting ready to get underway. Lovington in the lead, 24-7. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Javier Corrales, Joseph Perez, Adam Aguilera, Tayton Hilliard, Isaac Henson on the floor for your Wildcats. We'll pick up Portales momentarily. Rigby tries to go in against Tayton, and Tayton says, nope, I'm just going to take it in the right lane and lay it up and in.
11 of 16 shooting for Lovington.
66%, not bad, on the 13th forced turnover. Lovington back the other way as Tayton going to get stripped away by Rigby. As you've got Rigby, Garcia, Dion, Hightower, and Gomez on the floor. Inbound from Adam Aguilera, right of his own bucket, tosses into Tayton. He'll take the 3 ball, and that one is going to be off the mark, and the rebound made by Gomez. Exodus Gomez in the ball game for Portales, 26-7, Lovington in the lead. Gomez to the front court, Tayton works on him, staying on him pretty tight. Gomez slings it over to Garcia in the left corner. Isaac on him, high cross-court pass, 3 ball up, and it is good for Exodus Gomez. His first points of the ball game, 26-10, 16-point lead for the Cats. Tayton to the front court, gets a screen from Perez. Toss it to Corrales. Javier now hands it off to Henson. Henson cycles it left to right, working near center court. To Aguilera, a little shake and bake to the left block. Out to Corrales, left wing for 3. It's in and out. Fight for the rebound, and Dion finally going to take it away from Rigby. To Hightower, a little hesitation move as he goes into the lane and loses the basketball. Turnover number 14, give it back to the Wildcats. 6 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in the first half. Lovington up by 16, 26-10. As it'll be Tayton Hilliard to control it on the inbound. He's looking over. Coach Casey Pack barking out the instructions. Tayton will take it. He's taking his time. Now hands it off in front of to Adam Aguilera on the far sideline. Near side in front of the bench with Tayton. Now swinging around to Joseph. Perez to Arroyo, who's back into the ball game. Takes it into the right lane and pushes it up and in. Julian Arroyo's first points of the ball game, 28-10.
Good pressure.
Full court press is on in the backcourt, and a whistle sounds, and Coach McBroom gonna take the timeout. It is a 30, so we will keep it right here. Say a big thank you to our friends at Stone Oil Field Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Now Pharmacy, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, and Norley Hospital, making Wildcat basketball possible here on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. We do please ask that you subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Remember, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, you win $100 of my money. Yep, the station's not paying for that, I am. So win TJ's money, get us to 1,000 subscribers on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and I'll give one lucky subscriber $100. And then for every 1,000 we get after that, I'll pick out somebody else and give them $100. So out of the timeout, Lovington 28, Portales 10. It will be Portales basketball. Full court pressure going to be on for the Cats. Graydon Rigby in front of his own bench, tosses into Caden Hightower in the backcourt. Uses up the dribble, back to Rigby, loses the basketball. Turnover number 15 back into the Cats' hands. Nifty little move by Adam Aguilera. Ball at the pocket, nearly got picked by Garcia.
Yeah, Portales with some good hustle there.
Yes, it was, but Lovington will keep it. Aguilera to Tayton from the left base. Tried to get Arroyo in the deep right corner, was knocked away by Gomez. Checking into the ball game will be Zane Mayberry. He'll come in for Emmanuel Dion. Adam Aguilera to inbound right of his own basket. Got to get it in. There's 4. There's 5. Oh, boy, I think they gave us about a half second on that one. To Corrales. Javier hands it off to Aguilera, who takes it up near the timeline, far side. 5:40 to go, first half. Tayton to Adam, working the far sideline. Bounce pass, Tayton loses it. Corrals it up around his feet, and they're going to say he stepped on the baseline. So that'll be turnover number 4 for the Cats. Just their first in the second quarter. Mason Enriquez will come in. Hilliard going to come out, take a breather.
Really, that was off of some pretty strong defensive pressure by Portales there, though.
Yes, it was. Now the inbound from Mayberry to Hightower, gives it back to Mayberry. High pass into the front court to Gomez, back to Mayberry as they work it around. Working between the rings, right at center court is Hightower. Mason Enriquez on him tight. Goes to the left side, takes it to the left block, puts up the push shot from there, won't fall. And it'll be Perez with his second rebound for the Wildcats.
Yeah, nice board there.
28-10, and Coach Casey Pack going to take the timeout with 5:11 to go. It will be a 30-second timeout. So let's just keep it right here.
So, Lovington shot 10 of 15. They took 15 shots at the basket, not counting free throws, in the first quarter. They made 10 of those, and they're 2 of 3 so far in the second quarter. So 12 of 18 shooting in so far total.
A little interesting stat,
yeah,
and I'm not sure, since we're almost at the halfway point of the second quarter.
Portales 4 of 7 shooting. They've only had 7 shots at the basket.
And they've turned it over 15 times,
right.
But neither team has taken a free throw yet.
Yeah.
We're almost halfway through the second quarter, and neither team with a chance at the line.
There's been fouling, but
nothing in the act of shooting.
That's right.
And nobody close to the bonus yet. Go into the front court off the inbound. It'll be Aguilera to Enriquez in front of the student section far side. To Betancourt, who checked back into the ball game on the timeout. Now work it around to Perez, hand it off to Arroyo. Arroyo works against Hightower, uses up the dribble, needs some help. Betancourt will come back and give him a lane. Hand it off to Mason, now back out to Perez. Joseph, the little underhand to Aguilera. Aguilera spin move, works on Gomez, then he'll give it off to Perez. Picks up the dribble, ooh, dangerous pass. Betancourt gets it away from Rigby. And Lovington will just reset out on the Big Cat. 4.5 to go. Coach Casey Pack directing traffic. Lovington does not have to be in any hurry, up by 18 here in the second quarter. Aguilera, a little crossover, goes to the free throw line. Fastball underneath to Betancourt now in the left corner. 3-ball on the way, no good, and ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Hightower. It'll stay Lovington basketball.
Still a good try. That was actually number 10. That was Mason Enriquez. Yeah, and a good try for that, because that would have been an offensive rebound had it stayed inbounds.
And the inbound will come in to Arroyo to the free throw line. No look pass to Betancourt, left corner. Zadrick will cycle around and toss it out to Aguilera. Aguilera to Enriquez. He'll work it between the rings. Now in front of the Portales bench off the push pass is Arroyo. Goes to the free throw line and puts up the 15-footer good. Julian Arroyo with 4 points. A 20-point Wildcat lead. 3:50 to go. Full court pressure is on. Mayberry to the front court, picks up the dribble, tosses over to Lucero. He'll pull the 12-foot trigger and it rolls in from the left base. Lucero with 5 points in the ball game. Back down come the Wildcats. 3.5 to go. Aguilera bounce pass to Arroyo. Now to Enriquez. Right corner for three. Too hard. And into the hands of Mayberry. That'll be his first rebound. Mayberry tosses near side to Gomez as the Cats drop back in defense. It's strange to be able to see everybody's faces. Our first maskless game. 2 years, 3 ball on the way, and that one is off the mark. But Mayberry there with the rebound. His putback won't go, and Rigby will get the rebound, and he will put it home.
They had 3 looks at that basket, and they made one of them count.
Lovington only 2 rebounds in the entire ball game. 3 minutes to go, and we'll have a foul away from the basketball. And it'll be an offensive foul, a push on it'll be on Joseph Perez. Wow. So Joseph's first personal. That's the 6th team foul on Lovington. So now Portales will be in the bonus on the next foul. Don't want to let him chip away at it from the free throw line. So Mayberry will inbound it to Gomez. Full court press is on. Back to Mayberry. Pass is going to be tipped away. Bodies collide. Isaac Henson comes up with it but loses it immediately back to Portales. So the team's trade turnovers. Mayberry finally gets it into the offensive zone for the Rams. Back to Lucero with 2:40 to go in the half. Lucero from the left block is up and in. 7 points for Davian Lucero. And he's chipped this lead away for Portales. 30-16. 14-point lead. Tayton goes through the left lane, puts it up, and count the bucket and the foul. Drove between 2 defenders, and the underhand scoop went. And they're going to call the foul, the block on Graydon Rigby. His first personal, 3rd team foul. And now Tayton Hilliard at the line with 11 points, trying to make it 12.
And Rigsby comes out, and it's number 20, Brown, who goes in.
So
and he's in the right block.
Tayton Hilliard, the and one, is in and out. Fight for the rebound, and it'll be Henson who controls it. Reset to Arroyo. Left wing for 3, and that one is too hard. And it'll be Gomez with the rebound. 32-16, Lovington doubling up the Rams. Into the front court, Gomez tossing around to Lucero. Arroyo on him as they work at the top of the arc. To the free throw line, a little push is up, but it'll be Brown with the rebound.
Steal.
But then immediately taken away by the Wildcats.
Enriquez with the steal from behind.
Good job by Mason Enriquez. Him against Quadale Brown's kind of like David and Goliath. To Tayton Hilliard to the left base. No look pass, working around. To Arroyo, top of the arc. 3 ball, in and out. And a fight for the rebound. Perez tries to save it, but not before it goes out of bounds as he runs into athletic director Robert Areola. I'm sure that didn't feel real good. Portales basketball.
But Perez in position for the offensive rebound, which is good.
To Mayberry as he will just throw it into the JV gym. That is turnover number 19 on Portales. As Tayton Hilliard decides, well, okay, I'll go see what's going on in the back gym. I'll bring it back out. So Hilliard, Betancourt, Arroyo, Henson, and Enriquez on the floor for the Wildcats. Betancourt will inbound it from the elbow on the backcourt, and bringing it up is Tayton Hilliard with 90 seconds to go. Fast-moving first half. Tayton to Arroyo, loses the basketball. That'll be turnover number 6 for the Wildcats. Into the front court comes Portales. Lucero goes behind the back, loses it off of his feet, somehow controls and corrals. To Hightower, takes it, puts up the 10-foot push shot from the left base, no good. Quadale Brown just barrels through everybody, gets his 3rd rebound and his 4th point of the ball game. 32-18, Wildcat basketball in the lead. Underhand to Henson out near center court. Kind of an odd pass there. Isaac controlled it. Handed off to Tayton. Tayton works in. No look pass back to Isaac. Picks up his, almost a travel at the free throw line. Enriquez will push it back out to Arroyo. Now near side in front of the Portales bench with Isaac. Bounce it to the left base with Tayton, and he weaves through traffic and misses the shot, but draws the foul. I think they're going to get Zane Mayberry, his first personal, 4th team foul, and Tayton heads back to the line for 2 this time. 37 seconds remaining first half. Lovington up 32-18 over Portales. Must-win game for the Cats. First one for Tatum is up and good. He's got 12 points in the ball game. As Joey Villalobos going to check back in for Arroyo.
Extremely fast-paced first, or fast-moving rather. The pace has gone up and down and up and down. But
yes, it has. Second one up for Tatum and good.
Quick first half.
Yes, it has been. 34-18 in the steal, and coming back as Hilliard lays it up and in. 35-18. Lovington's pressure has been relentless. 36-18. So doubling up again. Garcia looking for some help. Into the front court. Hightower goes to the floor, picks it up, somehow saves it. Good hustle for that young man. We're in the black and red. To Lucero, weaves through traffic, puts up a shot. He'll be fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Think they're going to get Isaac on the block there. So let's see. The two refs going to confer. And yep, they are going to get Isaac on, wow, the hack. Okay. So that'll be the 7th team foul. Portales just now in the bonus, but only 9 seconds to go. And Lucero at the line, puts up the first, and it is good. 36-19, Cats in the lead over Portales. Second shot up for Lucero, and that one is off the mark. And it'll be Betancourt with the rebound, his first. Zadrick pushes it forward to Enriquez, drives in on the right base. To a blocked three-pointer at the buzzer by Villalobos is no good. So we head to the half. It's Lovington 36, Portales 19. We're back in 2.5 minutes for your Bob Thriftway halftime report. This is Wildcat Basketball on KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. It's halftime. Lovington leading Portales 36-19. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. It is your Bob's Thriftway Wildcat halftime report from the good folks at Bob's Thriftway, your local hometown grocery store right here in Lovington. Bob's Thriftway and the Jameson family, always great supporters of the entire Lovington community. So let's start with the Portales Rams. Davian Lucero leads the charge for this Ram squad. He's got 8 points in the first half, 4 points for Quadale Brown, 3 points for Exodus Gomez, 2 points Emmanuel Dion, 2 points for Graydon Rigsby. Leading rebounder right now for the Rams is Brown. He has 13 rebounds as a team for Portales in that first half. They had one trip to the free throw line, and they went 50-50 with Lucero, so 1 of 2. Here's where things get interesting, though. 19 turnovers for Portales. Lovington forced an awful lot of those, but 19 turnovers for the Rams. 7 points in the first, 12 in the second. And that's where Portales gets their 19. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Tayton Hilliard show in the first half. 15 points for Tayton in that first half. Adam Aguilera was 7. Joey Villalobos was 6. 4 points for Julian Arroyo. 2 points Isaac Henson on a fast break. And 2 points for Joseph Perez. Lovington goes 2 of 3 from the free throw line. All 3 attempts coming from Tayton Hilliard. Right now, Perez is our leading rebounder with 2 rebounds. Here's where it gets a little scary. Just 4 rebounds as a team for the Wildcats in that first half. 6 turnovers, though, not too bad there. They get 24 in the first, 12 in the second. So, Dawn Morgan for the Wildcats.
Yeah.
What do they have to do to keep this up and to keep the chance of a district playoff game alive?
Well, let's talk about that, but also the rebound situation. Portales had how many rebounds in the first half?
They had 13.
13 rebounds to Lovington's 4. However, Lovington had the possession of the ball much more because of the turnovers that they forced. They took 15 shots at the basket in the first quarter alone and made 10 of them. Then things evened out a little bit in the second quarter. Lovington was 5 of 9 shooting in the second quarter for a total of 15 of 24 shooting so far in this first half, not counting free throws. That's a 62% shooting, percentage from the floor.
Very good percentage.
And here, Portales took only 5 shots at the basket in the first quarter.
Wow.
They had the ball almost no time, at all in that first quarter. Lovington was just stealing it, forcing turnovers, taking it, getting 2 and 3 looks at the basket in a couple of cases, but their shooting was so hot, a lot of times they didn't need 2 or 3 looks. Then again, Portales evened it out a little bit, and they also were 5 of 9, the same stat, 5 of 9 shooting in the second quarter, the same as Lovington. So they end up 8 of 14 in the first half, and that's a 57% shooting from the floor. However, they just didn't take as many shots. They didn't have as many scoring opportunities, even though their percentage is still pretty good. Lovington owned the basketball much more, especially in the first quarter. They're going to have to come out, and they're going to have to play a little stronger like they did in the first quarter, where they really got their lead, and then they simply kind of held on to that lead in that second quarter. They cannot afford to come out flat in the third quarter, have cold shooting, and take their feet off the gas. They have got to play with as much aggression and really kind of razzle-dazzle as they did when they came out to start this game. And, why not just go ahead and continue to try to put on a shooting display? And a lot of trays, fell for them in that first half. But why not go ahead and come out and with your hair on fire and try to shoot the lights out? Not to just dominate the team, but just they really are they're in a race, for the district. And
right now, speaking of that district race, there's 2.5 minutes left in the first half in Goddard. I thought that game was at Artesia. It's at Goddard. So at the ground zero or the launch pad or the lunchroom or whatever they call it. And Artesia right now is leading 15-13 with 2 minutes left to go in that first half. So
don't you know the tension
you will never hear me say this, at least not till next time we need Artesia to win something. But, we need Artesia to win to force that playoff game.
That's a barn burner.
We need to keep winning here tonight.
You feel, just hearing about that game makes me just feel, be in that gym, cutting the tension with a knife. And here, it's more of a lopsided game so far, but we want it that way. Lovington needs to work at keeping it that way here in the second half, so they need to come out and continue they need to get hot again and to go ahead and stretch out this lead a little bit more in this third quarter and just try to put the game away.
Yeah, put it away and just
move on. That's right.
Move it away, and then either know you're playing Thursday or you're playing Monday. Control what you can control. This has been your Bob's Thriftway Lovington Wildcat halftime report from Bob's Thriftway right here in Lovington, your local store. Bob's Thriftway, great supporters of the Lovington Cats and Lady Cats. Back in 90 seconds for the second half. Lovington 36, Portales 19. Wildcat basketball continues on KZOR. Back here for the start of the second half. Portales basketball, Hightower to Garcia, back to Hightower, into the front court to Lucero. Lucero uses up his dribble. Lovington playing tight defense. Nifty little pass to Hightower, somehow saves it on a push out to Garcia. Lovington up 36-19. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Bounce pass over near side to Lucero in front of the scorer's table, throws it into the middle to Dion. He'll take it into the right lane and lay it up and in. So Dion and Portales draw first blood here in the second half. 36-21, just underway in the third. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Hilliard to the front court. Starters on the floor for your Wildcats. Tatum in front of his own bench, tosses to Aguilera. He takes advantage of Portales, kind of screening themselves out. Spin move by Arroyo, tosses to Tatum, now around to Adam. Wide open look, right wing. It is off the iron, and the rebound into the hands of Alex Garcia. Garcia to Hightower, who bounces over to Garcia. Ooh, nifty little move. Thought about taking the NBA three and then thought better of it. Tosses to Aranda. Aranda to Lucero. Lucero takes it to the free throw line from the left side. Now back out to Garcia. Three ball on the way, too hard. And the rebound into the hands of Lucero, who put it up and in. Actually, that was Dion who put it up and in. 6 points for Emmanuel Dion. 36-23. A quick little run for Portales. To Tatum, to the left base, to Adam, right wing. Work it around. Henson thinks about the NBA three. Lucero gets to him quickly. Hand it off back to Aguilera in front of the bench. They'll reset. Tatum, bounce pass, throws the fastball inside to Perez. A little too hard to handle. Perez will just have to save it out. Joseph did a nice job, though, fighting off two Portales Rams. Tatum into the left lane. He's going to get fouled. I think they are going to call the block on Garcia, but we'll see for sure. And they're going to say he was in the act of shooting. Yep, and so Garcia will pick up his first personal, first team foul. I like that they attacked there.
Yeah, he was definitely, he was kind of winding up, to jump up and take the shot.
Hilliard at the line, puts up the first and gets it to go. 16 points for Hilliard. Breaks the ice on the second half for the Wildcats. 37-23, a 14-point lead for Lovington. Second for Tatum is up and good. 17 points for Hilliard. Lovington up by 15, 38-23. Full court press is on to Lucero. Picks up the dribble. Gonna have to save it to Aranda. Almost steps out. Somehow save it, get it back. Lucero gets it over at about the 8 count. Picks up his dribble in the left elbow. Now over to Hightower. Thinks about the long three. Crosses over, goes in against Aguilera. Puts up a shot. He's fouled. I think they're going to get Arroyo, or is it going to be Aguilera? It's going to be Arroyo on the block. Second personal for Julian. First personal on the Cats, and it will send Hightower to the line for two.
A 15-point lead by Lovington, but Portales can eat away at that here at the line, and they do.
And the first one is up and good for Caden Hightower.
Lovington's got to be careful. What seemed like a huge lead at half can suddenly turn into just 10, 11 points.
Second one is up, and it is good for Caden Hightower, 38-25. Wildcats in the lead, but Portales trying to hang around. Now they've got some full court pressure on. Henson and Hilliard play catch. Now they get it to Aguilera in front of the scorer's table, and they're going to call the bump on Hightower. That'll be his first personal, second team foul. It is on the floor. Aguilera, Perez, Henson, Hilliard, and Arroyo on the court for your Cats. Garcia, Hightower, Dion, Lucero, and Aranda on the floor for the Rams. 5:31 to go. Arroyo controls it. Sling it to Aguilera. Is left for the Lovington bench. He'll take it to the top of the arc. Now they'll work it to Henson. Henson drives into the left block. Now back out to Aguilera. Right wing for three, and bang! Adam Aguilera has his second three ball of the game. He's got 10 points, 41-25. Cats in the lead. Full court press is on. Push it forward to Aranda, who gives it right back to Garcia. Lovington loses contain to Lucero, top of the arc. His three ball is up and no good, but Aranda will get the rebound, and they are going to call the hold on Adam. I think a little bit of frustration. Second personal on Adam, second team foul on the Cats. Lucero to inbound, left of his own bucket on the baseline. Looking for somebody to get free, and it'll be Hightower. Out top of the arc, Hightower works against Aguilera. Now to Aranda, picks up the dribble. Ooh, almost got that pivot foot off the ground. Perez, though, doing a nice job on him. Back to Hightower to the left block. Fadeaway jumper from there is up, and he is fouled. They're going to call a late push on Aguilera.
And
Adams kind of shaking his head, just shaking off at him.
That's kind of a bad foul there, too, and a questionable one, but it was an air ball. Had no, it was not headed for the bottom of the bucket, and to waste a foul like that for no shot.
Hightower gets the first one to go, and Aguilera is going to have to come out of the game. He's picked up two quick personals, so they'll put Mason Enriquez in his place. Crowd is loud and rowdy here tonight. Second one on the way for Hightower is good. He's got 4 points all from the stripe. As Lucero will check out, the Exodus Gomez will come back in for Portales. Graydon Rigsby also in for the Rams. He comes in.
A 14-point lead for Lovington now.
Hilliard to the front court. They try and trap up Tayton with Hightower and Gomez. Now around to Arroyo to the left block. Fadeaway jumper in and out. And the rebound made by Garcia, his fourth. Garcia to Hightower, 4:25 remaining in the third quarter. Hightower flips it over to Gomez. Gomez to Rigsby. Now out to Garcia as the defense chance starts, and Rigsby not expecting the pass, trying to save it as Gomez in front of the Lovington student section. No dice. 20th turnover for the Rams. 4:12 to go, third period, 41-27, Lovington in the lead. To Isaac Henson. Henson, long, dangerous pass, but Enriquez is there. No look pass into the right corner. It'll be Arroyo taking it to the free throw line, now slinging it over to Enriquez. Enriquez gets a screen from Arroyo, but he'll cycle around to Henson, right wing for three, and bang! Isaac Henson, 5 points, his first three ball of the game, makes it 44-27. Gomez into the front court, under pressure from Enriquez and Hilliard. Cycles around to Garcia, top of the arc, his three will be in and out, and it'll be Isaac with his second rebound. Henson to Hilliard, and a hug called, and yep, they are going to call the intentional flagrant foul. And so that'll put Hilliard at the line, and that should give Lovington the basketball. So they are going to call
number three.
That will be on Alex Garcia, his second personal, and it will be the flagrant. So at the line for two, Tayton, Hilliard, and Lovington will get the ball. Tayton's shot is up, it is good. Garcia, 3 personal fouls. Third team foul for Portales. So Tayton gets the first, gets them both, and it'll be Lovington basketball off of the intentional foul. And that's just like it's not a technical, but it's almost the same because it gives your opponent the ball back. So Lovington has stretched it back out to a 19-point lead. Their biggest of the game is 20. Henson all smiles. Gomez must have said something. to Arroyo. Fadeaway left block. It is in and out, but it'll be Betancourt with the rebound.
Nice offensive
and Zadrick,
rebound.
though, loses it off of his foot under intense pressure from Dion.
It's one of those good news, bad news things. A really nice offensive rebound. And then, of course, the turnover.
So Graydon Rigsby will inbound it for Portales, right of his own bucket off the 7th Lovington turnover. Just 7 turnovers. That's pretty impressive. So Lucero back in the game. He works against Enriquez. Picks up his dribble in front of the Stray Cats. Now back to Rigsby, then near side to Gomez. Takes it up against Henson. Lays down the shoulder. No call either way. Henson almost picks the pocket. Nifty little moves. They'll get it to Rigsby. Left corner for 3. That one well off the mark. Off the bounce. It'll be in the hands of Villalobos. Villalobos to Betancourt. And misses the point blank layup. And Lucero with his 4th board of the ball game. 2:50 to go in the third. Lovington 46, Portales 27, and a foul called on the little hippity-hop give and go. Called the push foul on Betancourt, and I think that's a little frustration on Zad's part. His first personal, 3rd team foul on the Cats, and it'll put Aranda at the line for 2.
It'll be Betancourt and Corrales in the front blocks for Lovington on this.
So it'll be the first trip to the line for Marcus Aranda. They changed
they're
it.
Gonna change. It's going to be on the floor.
4th team foul on the Cats. And the inbound will be Lucero. Lucero looks to inbound. He'll push it into Gomez. Enriquez gets on him very quick. Gomez backs up, takes it to the inside block, left side, puts up a shot. It'll be Enriquez over everybody for his first rebound of the ball game. To Betancourt, who waits a little bit this time. Hesitation move. Zadrick didn't miss it. He made up for the last one. 48-27.
He hit the
move.
Hit the brakes and let them fly right by. And then he took his shot.
I'm pretty sure those skid marks are from his Nikes on the floor as they work around inside. Quadale Brown, spin move in the low post, puts up the shot, in and out. He's fouled. They're going to whistle Isaac for his 2nd personal, 5th team foul on the Cats. 48-27, Lovington in the lead. Quadale Brown at the line for 2.
2:15 left to play in this 3rd quarter. A 19-point lead by Lovington.
So Brown to the line. Bends the knees, puts it up, and that one bricks off the front of the rim. No good. 4 points for Brown. Lovington's lead stays at 21 as Tate Hilliard will come back into the ball game. Isaac Henson going to take a break. Villalobos, Hilliard, Betancourt, Corrales, and Enriquez on the floor for your Cats. Brown, Aranda, Lucero, Rigsby as Brown gets the 2nd one. Inbound comes to Tatum. Pressure comes and applied by Gomez. Tatum gets it into the front court right on the big cat. Brings it near side, hands it off to Corrales. Corrales to Villalobos. Joey thinks about taking it in, but then Quadale Brown says, yep, you want to do that? And he says, nope, and hands it off to Tate Hilliard, who drains the 14-footer from just in front of the free throw line. Tate Hilliard in fuego. 21 points for Tate, and a foul going to be called. They're going to get the block foul on, they're going to call that on Mason. Yep, it'll be on Enriquez. That'll be his first personal, 6th team foul. So Lovington out of fouls to give, and there's still a long way to go in this game, even though they lead by 22.
Yeah, 1:51 left in the 3rd quarter.
Graydon Rigsby will inbound it to Caden Hightower. Hightower to the front court. Works against Enriquez. Push off, not called. Now to the near side with Lucero. Lucero against Corrales. Goes through traffic and is going to be blocked by Tate, and that'll go as a turnover. Tate will take it and keep it himself. Brings it up in front of the student section, then drives into the right lane. Reverse layup is up, no good, and Rigsby will get called for the block. 2nd personal on Graydon Rigsby. 4th-team foul on Portales, and another trip to the line for Tate Hilliard. 50-28, Lovington in the lead. 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. Here on Z94, KZOR, Hobbs, Lovington. Shot is up and in and out.
Those are always tough when it spins in and before it can sink, it spins right back out, and your heart stops a little.
And it's the Lovington student section is not booing. They're saying Goose or Zeke. Zeke Guzman checking in as getting the shooters roll. Tate Hilliard, 22 points in the ball game. Made his 2nd one go down. Full court press is on. Rigsby, yep, he traveled, took an extra slide. trying to push it up. That's just good pressure from Lovington.
Yep, very good defensive pressure.
A kid like Rigsby, he's good in the low post, but he's not used to handling the ball, and he'll come out, and Dion will come back in for the Rams. The Lovington basketball, 22nd turnover for Portales. 1:20 remaining in the third. Lovington 51, Portales 28. To Corrales. Picks up the dribble, needs some help to Villalobos. Long cross-court pass. Joey directs traffic. Now top of the arc to Javier. 3 ball on the way in and out. And it'll be Goose saving it, but right into the hands of Dion. His second rebound. You like Zeke's effort there. So they'll push it to Dion at the free throw line. He goes into the low post and will lay it up and in. Nifty little move there. He's got 8 points for Portales. 51-30, 45 seconds remaining. Lovington in the lead. To Villalobos, left corner, 3, and bang! 9 points, Joey Villalobos, his third tray of the ball game. 54-30, a 24-point lead, the biggest of the night for the Cats. As the defense chant goes, near side with Lucero. Lovington tries to trap him up. He finds a little room. High pass to Aranda. A little fall away from the left. Then Dion on the rebound on the right will get it up and in. 10 points for Emmanuel Dion. 54-32. Lovington up. 13 seconds to go here in the third. 10 seconds, 9. A screen by Guzman. Now to Corrales. Little head fake. Picks it up to Tayton, and his 3 ball will be short and will go out of bounds. Air ball. And so goes over to Portales.
With less than a second left on the clock, just enough time to probably get this in, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, get it in and just turn around and heave it towards the bucket, and that's what they're going to do with Hightower. Nope, he just dribbles it out. So we head to the fourth. Lovington 54, Portales 32. Back for the fourth quarter in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Gym, start of the fourth quarter, Lovington over Portales, 54-32. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing, Dawn.
Yeah, Portales shoots 4 in that third quarter, and Lovington shoots 5 of 10.
Lovington outscoring them 18-13 in that third. It'll be Lovington basketball as we get the fourth underway. Henson, Hilliard, Perez. Arroyo, and Perez with a rare 3 ball, puts it up, no good, and out of nowhere, Henson splits the defense, comes up, gets his third rebound and his 7th point of the ball game.
Yeah, great going up for that rebound and just immediately sinking that. Love that shot.
Hightower to the far side with Garcia, and
it'll
be stolen away, and then a big foul put on as Arroyo got the steal. 23rd turnover for Portales. And so, yeah, it will be on the floor. They're going to whistle that one. See, they put it up on. They're going to call that on Garcia. They didn't put it up on anybody yet.
Yeah, Arroyo went down hard on that.
Yes, he did.
Could not have felt good on the back.
So it'll get to Aguilera on the right base. The little teardrop floater over Hightower is good. Aguilera with 12 points in the ball game. 58-32. Lovington up to a 26-point lead, their biggest of the ball game. To Garcia, takes it to the left block, throws it underneath to a wide open Dion in the low post. And Emmanuel Dion with 12 points paces the Rams. Toss it to Tayton. He takes it to the left block. The little fall away push shot from there is up and in. 24 points, Tayton Hilliard. 60-34. Hey, we'll trade buckets with them all day long. 6:50 to go. Near side to Garcia. Working on Arroyo. To the left block, tosses out to Quadale Brown. Takes it to the free throw line, loses it off of his foot, and into the hands of Arroyo, who pushes it forward to a breaking Tatum Hilliard, who misses the layup, but Joseph Perez is there with the rebound and the putback. I think he got a little confused. Am I going to dunk it, or am I going to lay it up? And it just didn't work either way, but Perez there to save him. 62-34, back to Portales' into the court. And it'll be Hightower, gets blocked by Isaac, but they're going to whistle Isaac for the foul. And that'll be the third personal on Henson, 17 fouls, so that'll put Portales in the bonus. And they are going to go on attack mode now because they can chip into this with the clock not moving. Maybe too little too late, but at the line, Hightower misses the first. He was 4 of 4 from the line. So Henson will check out. Coming in his place will be Graydon Vega in his first action of the night. He's checking in for Portales. Will be Braden Beck. As Henson goes, or Hilliard rather, goes over and says, hey, I think I want to be on the front here. Hightower puts up the second, and that one's good. He's got 5 points, all from the free throw line. 62-35. Cats in the lead. 6:15 remaining here in the ball game. For Arroyo to the front court to Vega. Back to Arroyo, working far sideline. Arroyo directing traffic. Now they'll reset with Aguilera on the big cat at the middle. Works against Beck.
Lovington's burning a little time here.
I think so. To Vega, left corner for three. It's off the side of the iron, and it'll go out of bounds and into the hands of Portales. Now Lovington, assuming nothing weird happens, and you don't want to start getting things out of context yet. We should be 4-2 at the end of the night here in district. And with intense pressure as Perez will knock it away from Gomez. Goes out of bounds, stays Portales basketball. Paxton Culpepper in the game for Portales. He'll inbound it left of his own bucket. Gets it into Hightower. On top of the arc to Gomez. Gomez gets his pocket picked, and then a quick foul going to be called as Tate Hilliard got it. And we're coming down the court for free throws. Did they call another flagrant, or is it just a foul?
I think it's just a foul over the back as Hilliard stole it.
And they are
and then got tagged on the hand, kind of hard by it.
Call that on Gomez, his first personal. 16 foul on Portales. They're going to say it's on the floor, but Lovington will be in the bonus on the next one.
62-35, Lovington leading. 5:38 left to play in the game.
Dayton in the backcourt, picks up the dribble, tries to bounce it in to Anson Marquez, who gets fouled. He'll go to the line for the and one. They're going to whistle that one on Paxton Culpepper, his first personal, 17 foul. And so Anson Marquez to the line for the 1-and-1. Anson just checked into the game, now gets a chance to get in the scorebook. And Marquez will bend the knees, puts it up and gets it to fall. 63-35. Cats in the lead. Well, Marquez gets his first point of the ball game. Second shot is up, and Anson gets them both. Takes advantage of his opportunity. 64-35. Lovington has stretched this to a 29-point lead with 5.5 remaining in the ball game. Gomez to Culpepper, push it out to Hightower. Tatum almost picks his pocket again. Hightower to the free throw line, right elbow, puts it up. It's off the front of the iron and into the hands of Gomez, his third. His putback won't go, but he's fouled. He'll head to the line. They're going to call the hold, I'm going to think on, they're going to call it on Marquez, his first personal. 18 foul as the Lovington student section chanting. I believe that's Hernandez going to check into the ball game, or Herrera, pardon me, as the first is up for Gomez and good. He's got 4 points. As Lovington going to get what they want is big number 33. I believe that's Herrera checks in. Seeing his first varsity action, if I'm not mistaken. Gomez bends the knees, puts up the second, and it's in and out. And it'll be Herrera with the rebound. Had a way to come into the ball game, young man. 64-36, Lovington in the lead, 5 minutes remaining. Tatum directs traffic as he goes right side, gets the screen, now work it around. Now toss it out to Mason. Enriquez goes it over, and the pocket gets picked of Herrera as Dion will take it coast to coast off the steal and lay it in. He's got 14. Just the 8th turnover for the Wildcats, and timeout going to be taken I don't know who took it. Let's see for sure, but no matter how you look at it, it will be Portales taking the timeout, a full timeout, 4:47 to go in the ball game. Lovington 64, Portales 38, back in 60 on KZOR. Out of the Portales timeout, it'll be Lovington basketball. 4:47 to go in the ball game. 64-38, Cats in the lead over the Rams. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. So back here at Wildcat Gym, pressure is on. Hilliard gets bumped, no call, doesn't matter. Takes it to the front court to Enriquez. Right wing for three, that one is going to be short. Fight for the rebound, and it'll be Marquez who comes away with it and then gets it stolen away. But the team's trade turnovers as stealing it away for Portales was Gomez, but he went to the floor and traveled, so give it right back to the Cats. Enriquez, the high, long inbound to Tate Hilliard in front of the scorer's table. Tate going to be content just to stand there, kind of move traffic around a little bit. Backs it up near the timeline, swings it around to Vega. Vega, a little crossover, has to get it back to Tate in a low pass. Hilliard handles it to Enriquez in the right wing. Clock continues to move. Hightower comes out, works on him to Tatum. Skips through traffic, puts up the underhand scoop. No good, but he's fouled. Tatum back to the line for two more. They're going to call the hack foul on Exodus Gomez, his second personal. 8th team foul on Portales. Hilliard back to the line, where he is 7 of 9 and now 7 of 10. 24 points for Hilliard in the ball game. As Davian Lucero checks back in for Portales. Second on the way for Tatum is up and good. 25 points, Tate Hilliard in the ball game, leads the way for the Cats. To the front court come the Ram, that's Exodus Gomez. Gives it off to Beck. Beck flips it over to Lucero, left corner. Tatum picks him up, he drives left base, and they're just going to let him go up and in. I think that's a smart move. 10 points for Lucero. 65-40, 25-point lead for Lovington. 3:50 remaining in the ball game. Tatum to the front court, slings it to Enriquez, sinks him out the three. Beck picks him up quickly. Now they're running around Vega, NBA 3 left wing. It's off the back of the iron, and it'll be Dion with his 4th board of the ball game. Tries to take it coast to coast, loses it off of his foot, but they're going to call Vega for the foul before he lost it. That'll be his first personal, 9th team foul on the Cats. And we'll put Dion at the line for 2, his first trip to the stripe tonight. We're going to say he was in the act of shooting. Wow. But that one for sure was on the floor, which would have meant the 1-and-1, and they're acting like it's the 1-and-1, and it is. And big number 33, Herrera takes it down. His second rebound of the ball game. Well, into the front court come the Cats, leading 65-40, 3:20 to go. Tatum to Enriquez. Mason hands it off to Vega, takes it to the left block. It'll toss it out into the corner for Hilliard. Back to Vega. Fall away jumper from 10. It's off the iron, but big 33 is there with the rebound. Gets his own rebound after he misses the putback, but can't get it to go this time. And back down the other way. The feed to Dion is up and in. 16 points for Emmanuel Dion. Full court press on now for Portales. 2:50 remaining in the ball game. As Hilliard just going to direct traffic. Fall away on the right side from 15 and into the hands of Gomez, his 4th rebound. Lovington's got to find a way to get some more rebounds. Although Herrera's done a nice job, and we're going to have a double dribble called on Lucero. 27th turnover for Portales. as Zeke Guzman checks into the ball game for the Cats. Looks like Coach Casey going to get some of his bench players in. Well, you've got Vega, Guzman, Betancourt, Enriquez, and Arroyo back out. I like that he's leaving one of his starters out to kind of run things. Get more experience for all of them on the court. To Enriquez, underhands it to Zeke, who saves it, but right into the hands of Portales. 10th turnover for the Wildcats, but then immediately stolen right back by Betancourt, who gives it to Enriquez in the right lane and up and in.
Nice assist by Betancourt on that.
Enriquez, his first points of the ball game, 67-42.
And a good layup for Enriquez.
It definitely was. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Near side to Culpepper, takes it, jump stop, left block. Tosses back out to Gomez, and we'll have a foul called away from the basketball as a push called on Enriquez. Second personal on Mason, 10th team foul on Lovington, so double bonus from here on out for Portales, but I think it's going to be too little too late. Gomez at the line where he's 1 of 2 tonight.
67-42 the score. A minute 55 left in the game and make it 43.
Up and good for Gomez. Lovington has not let off the gas. They have used kind of mixed and matched here in the second half on some of the lineups. Get some guys some experience. Second is up, and it is good as Gomez will get both of them. He's got 6 points for Portales. 67-44, full court presses on Betancourt. Ooh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Betancourt.
Yeah,
Yep, they're going to call the elbow. Okay. Yeah. No, they call the elbow on Betancourt.
He was in a bad position because he was turned around and couldn't really see his defender and know that he was going to bump into elbow him. You know, he was just worrying about the ball, getting turned
Coach
around.
Casey, I think, is letting the student section call his plays as they were chanting, "We want Javi, we want Javi." And guess who? Coach Casey said, "Okay, Javi, you can go back in." Javier Corrales back in the ball game.
I think today was probably a basketball homecoming.
Back underneath to big number 48, Lagarda, and he'll lay it up and in, his first points of the ball game. And a steal on the inbound by Devin Diaz, who checks into the ball game, and to Gomez, who fumbles the ball and right back over to Lovington. 95 seconds remaining in the ball game. Lovington should improve to 4-2.
Yeah, I think there was probably a student assembly today, and the basketball royalty chosen.
And a steal back the other way. And they'll get it to Culpepper, who will put it high off the glass and down on the left side. 67-48. Portales still fighting. About 20 to go. Betancourt works against Diaz, who's the quarterback of the football team. And Betancourt loses it into the hands of Beck. 14 turnovers. Get it underneath to Diaz, and he'll lay it off the left glass. Little 5-footer, and Coach Casey Pack says, "Nope, I'm not going to take the slop ball." So take the timeout. 1:05 remaining in the ball game. 67-50. Wants to know if it's a 30 or a 60. I think Casey's going to say it's a 60.
Nope.
Oh, he changed his mind. It's a 30, so we will keep it right here. Of course, coming up next week, we will have your district tournament games. The girls, I believe, on Tuesday. We'll double check that with Robert Areola. And then the boys we could have a playoff game for the district title Monday. We could play on Thursday. We could play on Saturday. There's a lot still up in the air with the boys team. As a score update coming in from the Portales Goddard game tonight. With 7 minutes remaining in the ball game, it's Artesia 35, Goddard 27. That would be good news for the Wildcats, because if Artesia hangs on, although by that score amount, I don't know, that may slip the tiebreakers. We'll see if we can find out. And a foul on the inbound as they call the hold on Exodus Gomez.
Yeah, if
his
Artesia,
third personal 19 foul.
If Artesia hangs on and beats Goddard by more than Lovington beat Goddard, that complicates things, I think, a little bit more.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
like I said during the girls' game, it's a Byzantine system, the way they do some of the tiebreakers and things. As Aguilera to the line off the foul, puts it up and in. 13 points for Adam, makes it 68-50. I guess you got to get the Ouija board out, and which that one was yours. I'll admit I stole it. Second one on the way for Adam, and he gets them both. You know, read the tea leaves and
69-50 now. Lovington ahead. Just a minute left to play in this game.
As they'll toss it around, long cross-court pass to Culpepper. 3-ball on the way, and it's good for Paxton Culpepper. He's got 5 points. 69-53, under a minute to play. Enriquez to the front court, bounce it to Adam Aguilera on a little give and go. Perez back in the ball game. Reworks against Diaz. Now to Enriquez between the rings against Beck.
Ooh,
and almost
down.
half-court three for Aguilera.
Way
and
downtown.
Ligardo with the rebound. Yeah, I would say NBA, but that was like double NBA distance. Diaz to the front court, slings it out to Beck. He takes it onto the right block and drives in and lays it home. 69-53, 20 seconds remaining in the ball game. Lovington up. Aguilera breaks pressure, gets it to the front court, leaves it off Enriquez, left corner. Nifty little move, goes to the left wing, puts up the shot, not going to fall, and Culpepper with the rebound, his first, with 5, with 4, with 3. Diaz, they try and tie him up, and they'll get it. An unopposed 3 by Culpepper off the mark, but Lovington is victorious tonight over Portales. Our final 69-55. The Cats improved to 4-2 on the district season. So now we got to wait on all the math to get done, and depending on what happens at Goddard. So we will be back for your Now Pharmacy postgame show right after this. Wildcat basketball on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back. Lovington Wildcat basketball here on Z94, KZOR, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. It is your Now Pharmacy post-game show as the seniors on this Lovington Wildcat team being introduced and recognized out on the court.
And there are a lot of seniors. We're losing an awful lot of players after this season, and they're all starters.
Yes.
All of the ones we're losing, really. Julian Arroyo has started some games this year, and he's
really
a sophomore.
late,
but
so.
yeah, he's definitely. And the first one, Adam Aguilera was the first. They're going alphabetically down the roster, and Adam Aguilera was the first senior to be recognized.
All right, so we'll do that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers in this one. We'll start with Lovington victorious tonight, by the way, 69-55. I'm waiting on some clarification on the potential playoff rules from Robert Areola. He's working down, of course, with the senior night, but hopefully we'll find something out before the end of the Now Pharmacy postgame show. Leading the way for Portales tonight, Emmanuel Dion with 16 points. He also had 4 rebounds. 10 points in the book for Davian Lucero. Those were your 2 double-digit scores for the Portales Rams. Lucero, Dion, Garcia, and Gomez, each with 4 rebounds. 25 rebounds as a team for Portales. They go 10 of 15 from the free throw line. So I don't even have to be a real good math guy at that. That's 66% from the free throw line. The Cats, though, forced 29 turnovers on the Rams. Portales gets 7 in the first, 12 in the second, and 13 in the third and fourth. That's how they get to their 55 on the court as the seniors continue to come out.
Right, that was Javier Corrales, who was just presented, and right now it's Isaac Henson who is getting presented, and his parents recognized, along with Coach Pack out there with each senior, and each senior's parents or parental figures. And
absolutely.
Yeah, nice presentation.
Yeah, Isaac Henson, of course, a big part of the Lovington Wildcat football team as well, as were most of these players.
Yeah. So some really great athletes.
Yes, for sure.
On these teams, for sure.
And now Joseph Perez with the new haircut. I didn't recognize him with the coming off of the ears there. So Joseph with a pretty good night tonight, as all of these young men had pretty good nights tonight. And taking a look at the Lovington numbers as we continue senior night here, Tayton Hilliard leads the way with 25 points for your Wildcats. Also in double digits tonight, Adam Aguilera with 14 points, 9 points off the bench for Joey Villalobos, 7 for Isaac Henson, 4 points Julian Arroyo, 4 points Joseph Perez, and you had 2 points for Mason Enriquez, 2 points for Anson Marquez, 2 points for Zadrick Betancourt. Lovington, a big night from the free throw line, 12 of 15, 75% for the Cats. They turned the ball over 14 times in the ball game, only 15 rebounds in the ball game, but you can overlook that when you force 30 turnovers. Is now Tayton Hilliard being introduced out onto the floor.
Yeah, and Lovington had an awful lot of looks at the basket. That rebounding would normally be, just a kiss of death and spell doom for a team, but they were doing so many other things right tonight. They took a total of 45 shots at the basket, not counting free throws, and they shot 24 of 45 from the floor, 53%, but that's a little misleading because that fourth quarter really kind of killed their percentage because they were taking a few more shots with some of the younger players in, so that's a little misleading. But the percentage for Portales, they shot 19 of 29. They took 29 shots from the floor, made 19 of those, and so their shooting percentage was 65%. Now, they're shooting much stronger percentage-wise, but they were not taking as many shots. They had 29 as opposed to 45. So Lovington, looking better in that stat.
Well, certainly, and a good night tonight is now Joey Villalobos being introduced with his parents and family. Joey, of course, a big night tonight with 9 points in the books for Villalobos coming off the bench. So a nice job for him. And one more senior on the Lovington Wildcat squad, as it'll be Mason Enriquez coming out tonight to be introduced.
Mason's really come on and had a very good season this year, particularly in the second half of this season. he has really just proved himself to be quite an athlete, and he has rebounded really well for Lovington. He's also handled the ball, kind of run the point some, and has been a good presence, especially when Lovington has been missing some of their key players, for various reasons, illness and other ways. Mason really has stepped up.
Well, he certainly has, and the entire team has done a fantastic job.
They certainly have.
This is a great senior squad, and definitely going to miss them. So now is the time, and for them to make that charge to prove to everybody that we're little. We don't have a lot of size, but we are still one of the best teams in this state. Quick score update. I told you we were going to be score watching. Artesia right now leading Goddard with 3:20 remaining in the ballgame, 41-33. So the chance for a district title and a district playoff game stays alive.
Right.
And I'm going to say a big thank you to our friend Gene Dow at KSVP for feeding me the scores tonight.
All right, very good. Well,
I'm
sure
too, and he's feeding. I'm feeding him ours too. So,
good. All right.
Because they're definitely interested in that as well.
Of course. And so, was that a final, or is that not yet? That's
not
just
yet. There's still 3:20 to go in the 3:20 to go in that one.
Not quite. Okay.
So still a lot of time to be playing in that one. So. They're introducing the managers and the rest of the team onto the court. We will take a quick timeout, come back, and wrap things up. This has been your Now Pharmacy Postgame Show, and is your Now Pharmacy Postgame Show. Back in a minute on Z94 KZOR in the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to your Now Pharmacy Postgame Show here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Lovington victorious tonight 69-55 as we're still waiting on some clarification on a possible playoff game. As Robert Ariel, the athletic director, said, we got to wait. It all depends on the final score, because it's weird because we own the tiebreaker against Artesia, but Goddard owns the tiebreaker on us. And so I guess I should pull up and see how much Goddard needs to beat Artesia by to have the tiebreaker against them. This all just gets too darn confusing.
But right now Artesia is beating Goddard, right?
Yes, but how much did Goddard beat them by?
Exactly.
Is what they, if they're going to lose, how much they need to.
Yeah.
I mean,
it all gets
confusing.
It gets very complicated. My brain hurts.
Mine does too. So we'll let you know when we know, and we will go from there. So final thoughts on the big win tonight, Dawn, for Lovington to keep everything with a chance to play for a district title.
It's good to see them come out and play. They were on fire really that first quarter and first half, and it was a pleasure to watch them having fun playing. You can really tell that they've come together and coalesced, particularly in the last half of this season, and they seem to be playing with that sort of well-oiled precision a lot of times. That gets kind of broken up against some teams depending on who they're playing, but I think they're really enjoying their skill level, and it feels good to really play well and win, and that's a pleasure when you're an athlete. That is great, and when you can recognize visualize that and you see that happening on the playing field or the court, whatever it is, it's really great feeling to see them feel that, to stretch that out, to sort of just enjoy that, the pleasure of playing well together and winning.
Well, certainly, and this just in from Athletic Director Coach Robert Ariola.
Okay.
With the tiebreaker scenarios, the way everything lays out, Artesia needs to win by 6 or by more than 6.
Okay.
And right now they're up by 8.
Okay.
So they need to win by more than 6 for us to have a playoff game.
All right.
Yeah. So we could go from being 4-2 and winding up as 3rd place in district and playing Portales again on Tuesday, the way this.
Oh, my.
Oh, gosh. I never thought I would say this. Go Artesia. Please stretch it out a little bit. But, yeah, keep it on Z94 KZR and our sister stations. We'll let you know for sure as soon as we know. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on it as the Cats reel off 4 straight wins in district to tie at the very least for the district lead at the end of this one, beating Portales tonight 69-55. So we'll see what happens when district tournament time starts next week. This has been your Dow Pharmacy postgame show. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. The Wildcats are in wait-and-see mode, but finish the regular district season on a high note with the victory tonight. Lovington Wildcat basketball on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel has been brought to you by Norley Hospital, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Now Pharmacy, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Stone Oilfield Services. For Megan Auto in studio engineering and producing, for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noel Mark Broadcasting and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.